A2000 EST. OCOEE. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Hey. Hey. I need peace. I need love. I need everything that's coming from above. I need peace. I need love. I need everything that's coming from above. I want my dog. Ay, birds of a feather, we gon' fly together. Ay, we gon' rock forever like it's heavy metal. I ain't Christopher Columbus, I would never settle. I ain't Lewis, I ain't Clark, I would never settle. God told me I'm Olympic, for real. Ay, seek the kingdom while you simping, for real. Why you talking, you should listen, for real. All this jaywalking got me limping, for real. Hey, jaywalking, hey, Jesus walking, hey, Jesus talking. Yo, big faith, yeah, I need a whole lot of that way, where I'm about to go like amigo. Can't see the vision, then you can't be me amigos. I call up my girl and then we pull up to the Rego. That's the only time we pay to see you acting way different. Way different. Same book, but the pay's different. The pay's different. Is it cliche to say I'm lane switching? Well, I'm lane switching. Hold on, let me put my turner signal on, so they see me coming. They still can't see me coming. Only two things that I need is peace. I need love. I need everything that's coming from above. I need peace. I need love.
Okie dokie. Welcome.
They're like, how he, who he, what is this? Hey, my studio is wherever I sit. Hey, I plug
Welcome in. Welcome
and
in.
you hear that click.
Click, 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 click. Can you hear me now?
It's a hit. Hey, way it hit him like, whoa, man. Hey, make him do the uh-oh, man. Hey, how you just came up with whoa, man. Flow electric, this is not a slow dance. Not a slow dance. We come together and we pray whole.
We got motion. We got motion. It's popping, everyone. Welcome in. Welcome in.
Yeah, no plan. Yeah, no plan.
Here we go. Happy Tuesday.
Good
to see you.
He the code, so I scanned it. Hey, we saving souls on the campus. Hey, but this ain't no religion. We ain't following your antics. Hey, thank you, Lord. I should like a praying mantis.
Okay, let's do it. CPI day. Welcome.
Never out, but I'm outlanded. Even when I'm out, soon as I land, back to the beach, back to the sand.
All right, how you guys doing? Who we got here? Z Gamer in the house. Let's get it. Let's get it. What up, Z Gamer? YOLO Traders here. Let's go. Let's go. Mod Squad in the building. Mod Squad in the house. Let's get it. Let's get it. What up, Rob Trades? Big Rob in the house. What up, Rob? I see you working, Rob. That boy's in the gym working. It's dangerous. It's getting dangerous out there for the rest of them, Rob. Look at him. He's in both chats, too. Holy. How do you get in both chats? That's crazy. George VDM is in the building. What up, Louis G? Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon. Good evening. LeGrand in the house. What up, LeGrand? What up, Bulkin Trades? Adam was goody. What up, Zyper? What's good? What's good? Who else? Damn, son. We got motion. Nate G in the building. Golden Dubs in the house. What up, Golden Dubs? Oh my gosh, I can't see. What up, Wayne? Sheesh. I can't see my... Oh, what up, Captain? Captain's in the house. What's good, Q? Paul, Nico in the building. What's good? What up, Q? How you feeling? Jason C in the house. What up, Arrow Sassy? What up, Dominic? TK in the building. Let's go. What up, Nigel? Tony. What's goody? Gold 410 backup phone. What's goody, Tony? Yes, sir. What up, Chris? What up, Ronnie? Janosh in the building. What's good, Luffy? Stevie Mac in the house. Clubhouse. How y'all feeling? Good to see you guys. Good to see y'all. Jay Padron in the house. What's goody? What's goody? Who else we got, man? Who else we got? Sunboy Comedy, GBK Trading in the building. What's goody? I see. What up, Vincent? Vincent M's for millions, baby. The M stands for millions. Big Fire. What up, Big Fire? What's good, Kelvin? Good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. What's up, Robert? Sunboy in the house. Did I say hello to you already? What's good? Pablo in the building. What's going on? What's going on? Bands counted up. How could I miss them? How could I miss them? All right. Let's get started before I get dizzy here looking at these W's. I mean, I love to see W's. If I'm going to get dizzy and I'm going to pass out, I'm going to want to see some W's while doing it. Just kidding. All right, let me move the chat over. Let's get the party started here. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. What's up, Vishal? What up, Lucas? How you feeling? Forex Guru's in the building. I'm here after a year break from trading. Welcome back, my friend. Welcome back. Let's go. You can't hold the winners down, man. You can't hold the winners down. When they got it in them, they just can't resist. We just can't resist a good life when we know that there's a great life out there for us, eh? All right? Well, cheers to you, brother. And let's lock in. Let's level up. Good morning, Tamra. Bright and early from Arizona. YOLO Trader, what's goody? What up, Traders X? Good to see you, bro. Good to see y'all. All right, 8:20 coming in hot here. We got news, big news coming out in about 10 minutes. Yeah, 11 to be exact, 11 minutes. So we got a good session ahead of us. Let's go ahead and pray before we get started here today, and then we'll rock and roll here. Cool? Yeah? All right, let's do it. Well, Father in heaven, Lord, we thank you for this opportunity to gather here with each other, amongst each other. Lord, we thank you for using the internet to save souls on the campus, Lord. We thank you for all that you're doing. We thank you for the work that you've instilled in us, the work ethic, I should say. Lord, I just pray that you would crystallize the vision for others, Lord. I pray that you would make it so clear that they would get mature, that they would get responsible, and they would know exactly who's calling them and where they're being called to go, Lord. So we thank you for that discernment. We thank you for that wisdom. And Lord, we just thank you for making this live stream fresh every single morning. We thank you for keeping it pure. We thank you for blessing our results, for blessing our mind, and just the time that we spend here together, Lord. So thank you for doing an amazing work. I ask for nothing here today outside of the goodness of your presence, Lord. We want it, we ask for it, and we thank you in advance for it. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. Now let's get to it, baby. Let's get to it. Always better when it's blessed. Always. All right, let's get it popping here. So today is the 15th, and it is the first official day that we're going to use metalsmines.com instead of Forex Factory, because we're not Forex traders anymore, right, Captain? So let's take a look here. It's the 15th. We're midway through. Let me just lower the music a smidge. Boom. That should be all right. That should be all right. We'll make it a little bit lower. So today is a big day here. We have so we haven't really had much red folder action here in the last week, the last 7 days or so. So today's pretty big, right? We've got our first major red folder since really like the first week of the month, and that is going to be here at 8:30, which is in about 9 minutes, and that's going to be the CPI that's coming out here. So you got CPI coming out. We'll get to hear all about inflation. We'll see what the numbers look like, and then that's pretty much it for today. You're going to have some yellow folders all throughout the mix here, but the big news is at 8:30, so I'll be waiting on any positions until after 8:30 today, and we'll go from there. All right. So although it is CPI day, although everyone's excited, it is still Tuesday. It's just a regular Tuesday, July 15th, and guess what? It's just another day, all right? Another day to be patient, to be disciplined, to act like professionals, to make decisions that our future self will thank us for today, right? So let's go ahead and dive into the charts. Let's keep all that in mind, and let's see what we can come up with here on Goldie. This is the daily time frame we're going to move towards, and let's do a breakdown. Let me just shut this door, and, hey, give the stream a like here, sub to the channel, and BRB. I'll be having Kingman coming here, just start distracting me while I'm doing my breakdown, right? Coming here, trying to keep it all serious. Gold is at the 4-hour resistance. Then you got this little cute kid coming here, tagging on your leg and stuff. All right, doors locked. Let's get to it here. So This is gold. This is the daily time frame, and we have officially closed bearish here. So yesterday we did talk about this candle closing bearish and giving us somewhat of a fake out, and we got just that, right? So this candle, you see the green candle kind of slightly closed above, red candle clearly closed back below, and now you've got a bearish candle on our side here. So we'll see what's going to happen. We do have this fake out that did take place here. So as far as price action's concerned, I am bearish on this candle. I believe that we should make a top wick here, which we've done, and now we should start to move down. And if we break these lows here, there's a very high chance we fill this range and we come straight into wherever this is. I think it's like 33.10. Yeah, 33.10. So we come straight into that range, and then that's going to be our target here for the day. So pretty bearish on gold for the most part based off of the daily time frame here. Let's move down to the 4 hour though, because I want to see what this wick represents, right? We've got to have some sort of a push down to create that wick there. So let's see what that looks like. Simply a 4 hour candle. We broke the lows, very similar to how we approached the markets. I think it was yesterday, right? Yesterday where we had the 4 hour breaking the lows there. So we broke the lows, we pushed up. This whole move here, right, was to create a daily top wick, pretty much. And that daily top wick was formed. We then created resistance. We started driving down, right? We're moving down now, and then, oh, I'm sorry, this is the 4 hour chart. My bad. This, let me check back there. I'm sorry. This move right here was to make a daily top wick, and now that we've created that rejection here, this is the top wick, and now we're beginning to move south here, right? So these are your daily lows sitting right at that arrow there, and if you break those, there's a very high chance we fill the daily range, and obviously that's going to be a super clean range on the 4 hour time frame as well. So pretty bearish again on daily. Starting to get very bearish now on the 4 hour. Let's see what the 1 hour looks like. We kind of moved down here without really having a top wick or a lower wick. We're sitting right in front of the news here, right? So we do have this pre-CPI range, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about like 7 hours worth of just ranging market here. So we should get a big breakout now. So let's see the 30-minute. 30-minute has not closed below, let's say, this range over here. This is pretty much what I'm looking at, right? So you got resistance at 33.73. You got support, even though you don't see it here, right? You can still spot it over here that this is the main range, right? You created a zone here. You traveled around, and then you finally broke above. And now this is like the zone we're looking at. So if this candle closes back above, then there's a very high chance that we will most likely move back up in the range, which shouldn't really be an issue, right? Because if we want to take sells here based off of the higher time frames, then we probably do want to see a bit of a move back up, right, as CPI kind of comes out, and then start to see resistance. And if we can get that, then that's going to be very similar to the trade that we took yesterday, where we could potentially go down, fill that wick, continue on in that range, and then keep moving bearish here on the day, right? Keep in mind the daily lows, those are all the way down here. So we have a shot to run all the way down towards 49, and then if we do close below 49, you should see a strong push here today to the downside. But all that's going to be determined right here in the next, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes as CPI comes out, and we'll see what happens. 1 hour and 30 still have yet to close below here, so we'll see, right? We're coming back up, possible rejection, and then possibly the next candle, right, pops up and starts to pull back here with CPI. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to stay clear of any trades until the news drops, and then once that news drops, then we can scout some positions from there. So that's pretty much the story of the day. We do have pretty clean ranges to move up, to move down. It looks pretty good. I'm going to probably move this back here and see how we react, right? Are we going to come back up, create resistance to move back down? And if we do, then I'll be looking for sells right around 33.66 here. So that's it. That's pretty much the day. Let's wait 2 minutes. We'll see how the news comes out. We'll take a look at the move. We'll take a look at the numbers. But I think this is going to be the stronger zone here today, just because you have a little bit more taps, right? Tap, tap, tap here, right? This, it's just kind of like a fresh support there. So I'm very curious to see what we do here at 63 and then go from there. But it would be nice if we can come back up towards like 67, even 70, and then come back below and take more sells. So that's kind of what I'm looking for here, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll see what happens. We ready though? We ready? Bum. Okay, cool. PM Magnifico was popping, brother. Was popping. So let's wait for this news to come out, and then we'll see where we stand. What's good, Dan? Dan, grace and peace. How you feeling? How you feeling? What up, Daniel? Clubhouse, how we feeling? Excuse me. Hold on. What's up? My audio is not the good? Not the best? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So you may have some obvious sells, buys here, right, to move back up with the way this candle's closing. I mean, if we weren't sitting right in front of CPI, I'd most likely be looking to have a buy stop here. So I'm not going to do that just because I don't trade the news candle, but yeah. Not trying to tempt you either, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Free man walking. What's good, brother? All right, 22 seconds. Let's see how we do. All right, here we go. Fireworks show in 5, 4, 3, 2. There it is. Pop goes the weasel. Boom, boom. So broke the highs pretty simply. But let's see if we hold it, right? So we want to let this candle close. We don't want to touch this thing for like 15 minutes. We just want it to react. We just want it to basically go crazy, absorb the news, absorb the numbers, and then we lock in and we look to take trades after the direction has been set. Green numbers. So yeehaw! Can we get the move down here today? Can we get it? That'd be lovely. That'd be lovely. We'll see. Casino is now open. Good evening, or good morning, I should say. What do you do with 4 hours that break both sides of the candles once we broke the highs and the lows? So those candles are going to be tough, right? So you got to kind of put more of the picture together. Right, so you gotta, if anything, you can't just go solely based off the 4 hour, right? You want to tie it together. So you want to think, hey, if the 4 hour broke the highs early on, I mean that probably grabbed buyers up, right? And now if the daily's bearish, right, the buyers have been grabbed up on the break of the highs here, and now you got CPI news that just came out. So any sellers that were also in this move most likely either went back into drawdown, closed out of fear, or got stopped out. So more liquidity's been grabbed right there. Now, if the numbers have come out green, right, and we're starting to continue pushing down on the 4 hour, and you get these closures that we're looking for on like these lower time frames here, then we would still be probably in the direction of moving down, right? So it's more so about taking every other time frame and all the clues on that time frame, putting them all together to make up a story and say, hey, the probability of price going down is greater than the probability of price going up, and then that's where you execute. And then you don't know what the result of that trade is going to be. You just have to put the trade on and then let it go, right? And let it see if it plays out. It's like a mystery book. Have any of you guys ever read mystery books or crime books? And you know, you have a crime to solve, and basically you're a detective, right? You're reading through the chapters to figure out clues as to to I don't know, like understand the mystery. I've never read a mystery book, to be honest. I have watched Scooby-Doo though. I'll be honest. Yeah. But yeah, you know what I mean. So every single time frame gives you small little details, right, and clues on what you can put together to tell the ultimate story. Zoomers, let me close it out. Is it bad to the point where I should close it and then reopen it? What do you think? Talk to me. Your wish is my command. YouTube, how's the YouTube stream going? Let me see. It can't be my internet because my internet is excellent connection here. It might be Zoom. There might be some Zoom. Bum, 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 bum. Scooby Dooby Doo, yeah. Scooby Doo. What up, Ayush? Good morning. Good morning. What's a good book for wealth? There's so many. Here's one sitting right on my desk. Think and Grow Rich. Think and Grow Rich. Not go to school, get a good job, get a good education and grow rich. Not commit your life to a corporate America or a corporate job and get rich. Not work more hours and get rich. Not commit your whole life for an 50 grand a year in medical benefits to become rich. No, it says think. Think and you can grow rich. Too much power in the mind. Magnus said something the other day that blew my mind. He said, man, the mind is so powerful, if you believe it's powerless, it will be. Say what? Say what? That blew my mind. And it's so true. He said the mind is so powerful that if you believe it's powerless, it will be. Damn. Don't we see that happening all over the world today? It's a shame, but we're here, we're live. We're here to activate the mind again, man. We're here to wake some people up. You know, some people ask me, I said this on my story the other day, you know, what do? You're a day trader? It's like, nah, I give people their wings back in life, G. I don't just day trade, right? I don't just teach this technical analysis system. I teach people the laws that govern success or failure in their life. Teach them who they are, whose they are, how to be the best version of themselves, what to actually material to actually tap into to change their life, how to think in terms of wealth versus poverty, how to be optimistic instead of pessimistic, right? How to just be the best version of themselves. I think if we all just be the best version of ourselves and work on that daily, we would get rid of all stress, all anxiety, all fear, all doubt, all tiredness. Nick, how do you sleep 4 hours a day? Because I'm working on me. I'm working on becoming the best version of myself every single day. Not just because you're watching, but because my kids are watching, my God is watching. I want the opportunity. He gave me an opportunity to live here, to speak here, and I want to take full advantage of it. Full advantage of it. And I want to share people a philosophy that ultimately changed the direction of my life, right? And that's the philosophy I share with you guys. So, yeah, we do pretty good trading. You know, we know what we're doing. We could teach you the technical analysis system. We could do all that, right? We could help you become profitable and make money, but I'd rather make you the best version of you, right? And then money will just attract to you. So you got to get it right. You got to get it right. Work on you first, and then everything else will follow. What did Jesus say? Seek first the kingdom. Where did he say the kingdom was? Come on, my friends. Come on. Hey, man, what up, hippie farmer? What's good? What up, Simz? What up, Simz? AB Mike in the building. What's poppin'? Boom. There we go. There we go. There we go. We got some enlightened people. Plus, I just keep digging deeper in prayer and knowledge. I keep getting directed to the right places. I feel like God's just, calling me to he's just enlightening me. It's crazy. And one of the highest levels of frequency is enlightenment. And I tell you, man, I'm rising high these days. I'm rising high these days. And you know what's really getting me fired up now is the fact that more people are getting free, more people are accomplishing their goals, more people are starting to check the boxes on the dream list, man. I love it. I love it. We see people having babies now. I know these people are going to be better fathers, better husbands, better mothers. I just know it, you know. So it's so much deeper than trading over here. I know, like, most of the streams, they pay attention to the trading and that's all they're going to talk about, but not me, man. I'm here to, you know, see you live a better overall life. I know if I teach you how to do that, like my mentors have taught me, then, you know, you'll go out and make a really, really good life out of yourself, for yourself. Did you tell them about meeting the McLaren guys? I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, I got a whole bunch of new friends. How come? Because I'm in alignment with it. That's why. You know, I never seen those guys out ever once before here in my town. But, you know, me and Aaron are riding around the GT3 RS the other day, and all of a sudden, boom. Attracted to like-minded individuals. Here's like 2 McLarens, another Porsche, two other Porsches. Yeah, and it's just like, hey guys, and making new friends, right? New friends, new connections. I'm always networking, because you know what? I can go change their life too. I can go change their life. What up, Conrad? Yeah, I love what Wes says. You know, Wes says ultimately, design the best version of yourself, work on that, and then give that person to the world, you know. And that's where, you know, you're going to get paid based off of your purpose and not versus, you know, well, you know, this job pays higher than the other one and whatnot. So I want y'all to make decisions based off purpose, not off of paper. You know what I mean? The whole week was a movie, Aaron. It was a movie. The whole week was a movie. Literally, we actually made a movie of the week. So that video is going to drop soon. We're going to do some more giveaways today. Or at least we're going to set some giveaways up today. And yeah, we got another 10 accounts locked and loaded, ready to go. Everyone from last week's Instagram giveaway should all have their accounts by now. Yeah, everyone should all be good. All the accounts went through yesterday. If you're not following me on Instagram, you guys can follow me here. Keep an eye out for the giveaways that we're going to do. We're probably going to pop a bunch off on Instagram. But we had 10 people win 50K accounts last or this weekend. So we'll do it again this week and have some fun with it. Let's see. NQ, yeah, let's take a look at the NASDAQ while gold is just melting here. Let's see if we're moving up on NASDAQ. Yeah, probably. All right, all-time highs it is, all-time highs. So as you guys know, it gets a little tough to trade in the all-time highs. I know some of you guys like doing that, but you never show your results of it. You never show your results of it. So we're in the all-time highs here. Yeah, you could just blindly press buy and go, but, you know, I mean, what logic is that, right? So daily's clearly bullish. 4 hours is going to be bullish as well. I think if we can close bear, you know, we got a shot at maybe moving down. If not, then, you know, it gets tough to buy here, right? It gets pretty tough. So I'm probably going to wait on the 4-hour candle here, see if we can maybe get a bearish closure, because if we do move up today, it's fine, right? I haven't taken buys on NQ in a week, 2 weeks. I don't need them today, right? So I don't like personally taking buys in these all-time highs. If we could break through these 4-hour lows, though, we may get a push down. So I'd be open to taking like range 2 sells somewhere below 23,135 here, and that's pretty much my only play today. Yeah, unless we come all the way back down and run a bit of a fake out and the 4-hour still remains bullish, like something like this. Boom, fake out. We take sells from the bottom of the range here. Then I'd be open to something like that. We take buys on this candle here to move up. But that's it. You know, any buys in the middle of this range, top of this range, above this range is all chalked for me. Yeah. So either sells range 2 sells below here, or some sort of a fake out for buys to move back up. Excuse me. 300 win, yeah, buddy. Let's see. When do I plan on doing a simulation? On one of the Saturday webinars. Yeah, one of the Saturday webinars. So probably not the next one or the one after that, but maybe we'll do the 3 Saturdays from now. We could probably make it happen. If we plan it in advance, we could do it in 3 Saturdays, because we got plans for Saturdays coming up, and throughout the week I'm here live streaming like 5 hours a day, 6 hours a day, so it'd be tough to run a simulation during the week. I'd rather run a simulation when the markets are closed and no one's everyone's paying attention, no one's distracted and whatnot. Yeah, so we'll squeeze that in for like a weekend webinar. Let's go, Lucas. Let's go, brother. Let's go. Freedom, so I could put kids in position. Yeah, that's awesome, Lewis. Yeah, I mean, whatever it is, whatever drives you, what drives me may not drive you. What drives you may not drive me. That's why you can't compare yourself. You gotta dream your own dreams. You may look at things I do and be like, why would they want that? Or, but hey, it's my dream. You know what I mean? Not your dream. Get out of my dream and go back over to yours. And you use that to your advantage. You use that to crystallize the vision for you, right? So you can stay consistent in the mundane every single day to get to the top. I said it on Calvin's podcast a while ago, but at the end of the day, most people just aren't willing to do the mundane, boring things it takes to win big in life. Because I'm telling you, it doesn't take these massive events to go down to be successful. It's mainly just little, boring, insignificant, mundane things that are being done every single day that just move the pile forward, right? And then you look back in 8 years or 4 years or 3 years and you go, damn, we really accomplished a lot here, because you knew where you were going, you committed to the mundane, to the boring, right? And you just kept on keeping on. But again, most people just are not willing to do that. A lot of people, it's either show me the result or I'm out of here. And those are short-term thinkers, which we know short-term thinkers are mainly, excuse my language, broke people, right? So we don't want to be broke. We don't want to be broke. We want to be fully abundant and ready to bless. You want to have more than enough, man. And you're designed to have more than enough. You shouldn't be lacking. Why lack? God, you serve a God of abundance. The enemy's a liar. Sometimes it's hard to feel bored and not to do stupid stuff. That's self-sabotage. You know how you deflect self-sabotage? You take on self-control. Right? So if you can control self, you are dangerous. Dangerous individual. Dangerous. Yeah, most people cannot control themselves to wake up at a specific time, to eat specific food, to do certain workouts, to write in their journal. Most people don't. How many of you guys have ever actually went one full year? You didn't miss one journal entry. You didn't miss one day of self-talk. You didn't, so most people just can't even put that together. So if you can do that, you immediately separate yourself from the pack. 12 likes, you probably got to just refresh. I know TT wouldn't do me like that. All right, let's look back on gold here. We have 1 hour closures coming up in about 12 minutes. Yeah, so let's see how the 1 hour candle closes here, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, Think and Grow Rich. Read the book Think and Grow Rich, and you'll be enlightened. You'll be enlightened. All right, let me pop this up here. Who do we got? Who do we got? What up, Jose? Good morning, Allison. What's up, Ryan? DJ Scratches in the house. OGH with the bookshelf, baby. He's got the bookshelf. Makes my bookshelf look like peanuts. No, one dude, one of the guys on the Top 1 Futures team, this guy's bookshelf is incredible. I'm like, damn, dude. How'd you read all those? I literally have spent my life trying to read a bookshelf a third of that size. Another one that's really good would be like Magic of Thinking Big. The Slight Edge is also a good one. The Slight Edge will teach you that you don't have to be anything special. Again, you just have to do what I just mentioned, which is the boring, mundane little things that lead to success. Like just like football is a game of inches, you know, so is the game of success. Inch by inch. From France, happy to be here. Good afternoon, good afternoon. Welcome. TK, how we feeling, brother? How we feeling? All right, what should I post first? Should it be the elite dinner video, or should we run the photos from the Airbnb? We'll either post, we'll do a big giveaway. Which one would you guys rather see first? Elite video or photos from the from the meetup? It's sunny here in Minneapolis. Okay, he's on the go. TK's always on the move. I seen a picture, it was me, TK, and then it was like a circle of people, right? And it was like, I'm over here talking. TK's over here working on his phone. I'm like, damn, you know what? That just about sums up me and TK's relationship right there. I'm talking, he's working, and we're just both always locked in. Always. We grinding, TK. We grinding. It was a picture-perfect image of our relationship. Always. The man's always on the phone. All right, what do we got? Elite video, meetup, video, photos, elite. All right. The whole movie's going to probably drop sometime next week. We're still working on putting everything together. $2:50 p.m. in France. Maybe 4 months. Oh, very nice, very nice. What up, Dylan? Good to see you, bro. Very nice. 4 months, locking in. I'm sure you're probably starting to catch the hang of things now, right? 4 months in, starting to get some consistency under your belt, starting to see me do the same things every day, say the same things every day, right? Approach the markets in a very, very similar way. And this, trading could be as easy as that. It could be very complicated. I know there's people in and out of trades right now, which is fine. You know what I mean? Just do your thing. But, is it worth it, right? Are you winning? Are you losing? What's going on, right? So I have a very, very nonchalant approach to the markets, and it's either there for me or it isn't. And if it's there, I go take it. If it's not, I just wait till it shows up. Win rate, probably win rate's about 70%. So I already know the next 100 trades I take, I'm going to lose 30 of them. I already know that. But I also know I'm going to win about 70 of them, right? 65 to 75 of them. And that's fine with me. That's been enough to keep me profitable over the last couple of years. And, I don't try and do too much. I run a very simple philosophy. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. We've had people come into the stream and try and teach us new strategies and all that. But then, it's funny because they end up just coming right back to this strategy. So, we just keep doing what works. That's all. Dun, dun, dun. TK is that guy. He is. What up, Foster? Yo, what's up, Bryce? All right, we're cooking here. We're cooking. We'll see what we're going to do. I think heaven's on our side, of course. I think heaven's a level. Heaven's a level of consciousness. You can actually live with heaven, right on earth. What did Jesus say? The kingdom of heaven is near. Right? I think people are like very deceived in these days, and most of them live in hell every day, expecting to get to heaven when their body stops working. Right? Heaven and hell is a state of mind. It's a state of consciousness. And you can live in heaven right now. You could have a full-on intimate relationship with your God, your creator, right here, right now. So where a lot of people are waiting for something, I'm not. I've already received it. I'm already one with God. I don't need to wait on anything. Right? Don't wait. In buys, nice, very nice. Nobody listen to me, please. Why you say it then? I'm in buys, but no one listen to me, man. No one listen to me. One guy's in the chat right now. Should I get in these buys? PayPal, you have to email us at info@timedtrading. Yeah, we could probably make that happen. On me grind. He's on me grind, eh? Let's see. Yes, brother. Sizing up, sizing down. Got it. It's written right here. I got it. He's that guy, pal? Yeah. Hey, how are ya? Where's my boy? There he is. What were we just talking about before that? I can't remember. I've been watching for 2 years now. I'm not doing what you say. Journal, I need 100%. Yeah, you got to journal. I would start journaling your trades. Start taking it serious. Start treating trading like it's a business, because it is. This is a business. This is a company. If you treat it like one, it'll pay you like one. If you treat it like a hobby, hobbies cost money. So you're going to spend money and spend money and spend money. You're never going to make money with a hobby, right? So I would just lock in now, get serious, think of the most important person in your life, right? And start to say, hey, I got to lock in for that. If you can't do it for yourself, at least start to do it for the people in your life, right? Like sometimes we'll do more for those that we care about than we will for ourselves. That's why when people have children or things happen, all of a sudden, yeah, my life changed. You know what I mean? And I started getting, why? Because they found something bigger than themselves to fight for, right? They found something that was larger than just them, and therefore it gave them the inspiration and the motivation. So maybe think about who the most important people in your life are, and start saying, hey, look, they're watching me. They're watching how I handle business. They're going to need me later, right? They're going to, if not me, then who, right? Like if I don't do this, my parents are done. They'll be eating cat food in 10 years. If I have a regular 9-to-5 job that can only provide for me and my family, by the way, that would be extremely selfish, right? They'll be eating cat food. Like they'll probably have to go to the dollar store to buy food, right? Because I don't see how they're going to be able to make it in this type of economy. So same thing for you, right? And maybe some of your parents or your loved ones, right? If you don't do anything now, it might not be that pretty, right, later on. So do the work now, sacrifice now to live the great life later, man. Yeah, you got this. And give yourself time to grow. Why don't you? Give yourself some time to grow. Let's see. Almost missed my sleep stops. Let's go, Shubs. He's here. He's here. All right, the 1 hour candle's closing here in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. We just hit that 30-minute support there, so probably gonna need a little, obviously a little pullback here. We've been moving down since 73, so I'm definitely still bearish here. One daily candle coming down here as well too now, so looking pretty good. 4 hour just doing what it's doing. Still got an hour left on it. 1 hour is kind of tapping into that support now, so yeah, we gotta wait a little bit. Yeah, I would love to. My plan from earlier this morning was to try and really capitalize on sells from 63 here. So that means if we can get like on the 15-minute time frame, basically we do this every day, right? We wait for maybe 9 to 9:15, do something like this, right? We lay off the buys from 9:15 to 9:30. We do something like that, and then we get that resistance during some high volume, very similar trade to yesterday, and then potentially sell off here. So that would be great. I'd probably be avoiding the buys, not taking those. The reason for that is because at any point we can create that resistance. So we don't have to have those 3 candles, right? We can literally break the highs right here on the buy, like as if like buys are playing out, and then literally just close bearish, right, like this, and then have that be the only pullback plus the hourly top wick, and then the next candle start to move down. So yeah, we'll see. We'll wait for the best price action here, and then we'll execute as always. Coming to the clubhouse this month. Let's go. It's a great month to be in the clubhouse. A lot of action happening. A lot of action, getting a lot of messages. I could probably share messages every day, but I don't even like doing it. Sometimes I just like to just keep it between me and the individual. Well, we got people quitting their jobs and telling their wife you don't have to work, or telling their wife they can cut their hours, or buying new Rolex, buying these new watches, just changing the whole landscape of their life, which is super dope. So it's not just the money either, it's the mentality. Austin, there he is. Congrats on the new watch, big dog. Let's get it. Feels good, right? Feels good taking some money out the market. It feels good to get paid for the skill. It really does. And what does it do? It encourages you to be more disciplined, to be more mature. That's why I tell you guys, if you got money laying around, it's time to, withdraw that money, right? Like, if you've never taken a payout, take it. Even though you make 150 grand a year in your corporate America job, take the stinking 2K payout. I know you don't need it, but it's something different when you touch that money, when you pay your rent, pay your mortgage, buy your wife some, whatever it is, right? And be able to actually receive money from the markets and do something with it. All of a sudden, it's like, hey, I like that, right? That felt good. What did I do to get that? Well, I was pretty disciplined that whole 2 weeks. I basically stuck to the playbook every single trade. And then what that will do is, as you continue to approach the markets, you'll continue to be like, hey, let me stick to what works. Let me be mature here. So a lot of people that like kind of take all these different type of trades, they get emotional. I could probably say that they've never taken money from the markets, because if they did, they wouldn't act like that. All right. So a lot of times if you're not succeeding, and this is why like success oftentimes breeds more success, right? Because once you get a taste of it, you say, hey, look, I got to be responsible here. Like, I want more payouts like that. I want more money to come in like that. And then that's going to encourage you to do better, to act better, to be more, like enthusiastic about your trading, and ultimately set you on a solid path, right, to start changing the trajectory of your career. So if you got it, take it. Even if you don't need it, you need it more than you think. Do I guard my heart against greed? Yeah, I guard my heart against all low levels of frequency, and that's really what they are. So I guard my heart from sin, greed, lust, everything. Everything that would bring someone down, anything that would make me regret, right? Regret's, again, one of the lowest levels of frequency that you could perform on. Anything of that nature, I guard myself. I am, I am the warrior that stands outside of the door of my mind. So close I could taste it. Off to the races. Clubhouse channels, you have to hit join. So you have to hit join member or member join. If you can't find it, email us right now at info@timetotrading.com and we'll get it fixed up for you like right now. Boom, 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 boom. God did, Austin. Yeah. Isn't it amazing how, I prayed for people to pour into, you prayed for a mentor, and then bam. You love how God just lines it up, don't you? Love it, bro. Love it. Yeah, those goals are so important. They're much more important than the technicals, because if you don't have the goal, you'll never apply the technical. Right? So you'll never apply what we teach here if you don't have concrete goals on why you would apply them. So yeah, dude, congrats. And that's why someone asked me yesterday, they said, hey, I'm new to the Clubhouse. Which webinar is your favorite? And notice how the webinar that was my favorite had basically nothing to do with trading. Right? But everything to do with the mind and the subconscious programming and your goal setting, right? And the vision, right? Because I know the man with no vision will get nowhere. The man with vision, nothing will stop that man, right? There's no other person that could close a door that God opens. But, you got to get moving in order to get through those doors, right? God can't, my mentor would say, Nick, God can't steer a parked bus. You got to get moving, right? Even if you're moving in the wrong way, at least you're still moving, and at least that steering wheel can still turn. But if you're just staying where you are, God, there's nothing we could do with that. How did I kill my other thoughts? I simply replaced them with a new one. So I learned very early not very early, but I learned in my 20s, early 20s, that the only way to get rid of a negative thought is to replace it with a positive thought. And that may sound all corny to you, but that's what designed the guy you see today in this camera here, right? Is simply once I got a negative thought, I didn't hold on to it for too long. And this is a practice, right? So you got to get better and better at this, right? So eventually, you'll have negative thoughts and you'll probably act on them in the beginning, and you'll be like, no, I forgot. I'm working on myself. I'm positive now, all that stuff. But then eventually, like, when you combat it for so long, the negative thought will still come up, right? But it won't even stand a chance. It'll get, boom, shot down like right away now, because my positive thought army is so strong, right? And this is actually a lesson that I plan on teaching my children, is like the stick figure me, like stick figure me, one thing's positive thoughts, right? One thing's negative thoughts. And depends on if a negative thought comes into this person's mind, they'll ponder upon it because they're already used to absorbing it, right? And if a positive thought comes into this person's mind, the negative will override it. So you don't want that to be the case, right? But if you work on that positivity, anytime a negative thought comes into this mind, these guys go to work for you right away. And you say, oh man, this pain in my back. Oh, no, actually, no, I'm healthy. I'm well. All I got to do is stretch. I'm stretched. I'm loose. I'm getting, you know what I mean? And like literally, like you will start to stretch and take action. And those are things that'll make your back feel better. Or, man, I got this. It's just, you just take a negative thought and just immediately replace it with the opposite positive thought. It's that simple. You just got to do it over and 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 over for years and years and years and years. You basically have to change your life and do that moving forward in life. Yeah, how do you get better at that? You hang around positive people. So the law of association is huge, right? If you associate with positive people, eventually you'll become positive. If you associate with negative people, you'll be negative, right? I mean, just look at your household, right? Let's look at the house you grew up in. Were those people positive or negative? And now are you positive or negative? Right? So the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, right? So the only reason you're a Yankee fan is because your dad was one, right? Right? The only reason you're friends with Jimmy Ding Dong is because he was your neighbor when you guys were 4, right? But you actually are not that. You don't actually have as many things in common as you would have thought. You were just there due to association. So if you hang out with people who are thinking good thoughts and building businesses and, you know, moving forward with their life, chances are, you know, that stuff will rub off on you. Yeah. You talk yourself into it or out of it. Yep. Every single day I have spoken word. Every single day I review my goals, my dreams. You know, you immerse yourself in it, really. You know, you align yourself, really, is what it is. Yeah, and the only, like, average, no one should really want to be average. I posted that on my Instagram the other day. It's like, the only reason you're okay with being average is because you hang around average people. Trust me. Aaron, Magnus, Stephen B., who else was with us over the weekend? Do you want to be average after you've seen what you've seen this weekend? After you got around people who are not average at all? Are you inspired in any way? I don't even know if these guys are here, but anyone that was there over the weekend, did you leave inspired, or did you leave like, I'm so negative, right? I bet you left with some inspiration. I bet you like, hey, you know, I want that type of life. I want to be positive. I want to attract the right things in my life, right? So it's all about getting around people that are at higher levels. You don't realize people live at these levels until you get around them. And this isn't, you know, to pat my, you know, like brag about me, but there's a level of freedom out there that I don't think you guys understand. Because if you did, you'd be very, very on top of everything you do, every thought you think, words you speak. You know, you'll be crystallized your vision, right? So there's a level of freedom that you may not be aware of until you actually get around it. And it's a beautiful life. You know, you can live a beautiful life out there, but you got to get around first people who are doing that so they can open that belief up for you. And then if you do the work, you know, God has no respect for persons, right? So if you do the work, you'll get the result. You follow the law, you'll get the result. Yeah, you are. You're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Yep. Yeah, so true, so true. So what should that tell you? I want you guys to look at your 5 best friends right now. Just look at them. Just think about them for a second. Your 5 closest friends. Now, do you want the lifestyle that they are living or not? Or maybe you don't even hang out with them too much anymore, but gun to the head, if someone say, hey, who's your 5 best friends? Think about that, and I want you to think about the life that they're living. And I want you to ask yourself, do I want that lifestyle? Right? And then the next time they say, bro, you're trading? That's gambling. I wouldn't do that. Just keep working at Publix. There's nothing wrong with jobs at Publix, by the way. And you go, you know what? Why would I even listen to Jimmy Ding Dong over here? He doesn't even live the life I want. Money's not everything. One time I said to a person, an elder that I respected, I said, how do you know? You ain't even got money, right? So what does Wes said? Hypercritical is hyper. I don't know what he says, but it's like the only way to realize that money's not that important is to have a bunch of it, right? Unless you have a bunch, you don't actually know, right? You just want to say that as a justification to not having any, right? You don't know that money's not a big deal until it's not a big deal anymore, right? So never believe those people, right? They'll try and, you know, shoot your dream down a little bit. So don't listen to people who are gonna kind of naysay and talk bad about where you want to go. Just stay locked in. Trust me, the winners will never pull you down. They'll only uplift you. That's true, energy. That's true. Yeah, I always love to think of money like oxygen. You know, I ask you guys right now, any of you guys thinking about breathing right now? Anyone? Until I just said that, were you consciously like in, out, in, out? No, you weren't. Why? Why weren't you thinking about it? Anyone know? Anyone know why you're not thinking about breathing right now? Yeah. Naturally. Yeah, a lot of people say it comes naturally, Nick. It comes naturally. But the question is, how naturally would it come if I just came up to you and literally just covered your nose and mouth? How naturally would that oxygen, aka consciousness, did I just say that? I didn't just say that, did I? How naturally will air come to you now? Right? Not so now. What's the only thing you're thinking about? As outside of punching me in the head to get me off of you, what's the only thing you're thinking about when I'm suffocating you? You're thinking about air, right? So most people say, hey, you know, air is everywhere, it's natural, but if I put my hand over your nose and mouth, it's not so natural anymore. And most people, they think most people are financially gasping, right? As if they don't have any air. So what happens when you don't have much? You think about it all the time. So if you don't have a lot of money, you're always thinking about money. A lot of like, you know, people will say, hey, rich people, all they do is think about money. Do you know it's the exact opposite? You know, rich people care very little about money, right? After you make your first like 80 grand or something, you know, like it's whatever, right? Like I haven't thought about money since I had like 60 grand in the bank, which was like years and years ago, right? So it's like, think about this, right? The person who lacks in money, when they go out to dinner, they're reading the menu, right? But they're reading the menu from right to left. How many of y'all have ever read the menu from right to left? I'll tell you, I did it all the time. I say, you know, all right, let's see here. $14.99, $12.99, $9.99. Yeah, what's this? Chicken. All right, cool. Yeah, we'll take the chicken today, right? How about just being able to read the menu from left to right? Anyone want to just do that? Just get what you want, not what the price has on it. So money is, you know, it's one of those things where if you have enough of it, you don't think about it at all, right? You could be thinking about, we could be out to lunch and I say, man, let's go to the steakhouse. And you're like immediately like, oh man, that just sounds expensive, right? So automatically the first thing you're thinking about is how expensive the place is just because I said steakhouse, right? And then you're like, all right, where is it? Oh my God, it's 40 minutes away. I'm going to have to put gas in the car. It's Nick Stewart, so I'm going to have to cover his bill. Damn, you know, it's going to be rough here. It's going to be rough. You know, so you're thinking about money the whole way through. And then when we get to the lunch, you're like, all right, I know he's probably going to get like the filet mignon, which is like $85 here. So I only brought 120. So I got to figure out how to make this work, right? And you squeeze, you're like, yeah, you know, I think I'm just feeling like a salad today and some water. I'm like, really? Why don't you get a steak? It's no big deal. And you're like, no, the salad's good. And little did you know, I was treating anyway, right? I was going to treat anyway. So you could have actually had whatever you wanted because I wasn't even thinking about the money, right? I was just like, hey, whatever this guy wants to get, he can get. I'll just cover the bill at the end of it. It's nice to just hang out, right, and get together. But the whole time, that person's thinking about the money or the bill or whatever, and they can't even enjoy their time, right? So once you fix the money problem, you know, 9 out of 10 problems, if you just threw enough money at it, it would go away, right? Obviously, there's certain things that money cannot solve. We know that, especially like things like health and relationships and things like that. But You can certainly buy better health care with more money, right? And you can certainly somehow, you know, instead of bringing your girlfriend to Taco Bell to make up with her, you know, you could bring her to the steakhouse. You know, it just makes for a little bit of a better makeup. Hey, we balling on a budget, man. We balling on a budget. And I'm over here like, hey, bro, I got the bill. You need any gas money? I know that was like a 45-minute ride for you. I got you, bro. And you're like, oh, my God, wait, what? So trust me, where a lot of average people say, hey, rich people, all they do is think about money. Trust me, it's a complete opposite. Complete opposite. All right, Goldie. 4-hour tap and target here as we approach 9:30. So if we get this like inverted celery deal on the 15, may look good to take the buys coming back up towards like 59 here, 60. Yeah, I would say this is pretty much our new range here now. So I think if we get closures back above here, then we're actually looking pretty good. Even if it happens on the next 15. It might not happen on this one. Even if it happens on the next one, we break the highs, we start closing above the range. This should, you know, ultimately like lead us up here for the pullback. Another counter trend trade potentially here today. Another target tapped concept. We'll see if it plays out. Oh, the mod squad. Anna's in the building. What's up, Anna? We did a little balling on a budget, honey, didn't we? We still do. We still do a little balling on a budget. What playbook setup are we looking for? Nothing really. I mean, we're just waiting for any one of them to formulate. You know, so none of them have formulated yet. Therefore, this is just moving down right now. So there's nothing really to do with that. Just gotta, you know, wait for the pullback or take advantage of the pullback, right? So in this case today, as we approach the volume time, I'd be willing to take advantage of that pullback. Some days I am, some days I'm not. Today I will be because we're, you know, leaning right into 9:30, right? So right into 9:30, I'm always open to take trades if the opportunities are there. A rich person, I think, is the person who wakes up with the least amount of pressure on his chest, just like Luke said. You know, you got a lot of very wealthy people, or quote unquote wealthy, yet they're so stressed out, they're so miserable, they're participating in bad business. You know, there's a lot of things that go on out there, right? So I think the most successful person is the one, let's just say, let's compare it, right? Let's say you got someone making $3 million a year, yet they're going through divorce, they're in affairs, they're doing bad business deals, they have a drug problem, they have a drinking problem, their heart's not right. You know, that person is not rich to me. They're not successful in any way, shape, or form, right? As opposed to the guy making 80 grand a year doing exactly what he loves. I love editing photos. He gets all geeky about it, you know? He'll talk to you about it for hours, and he's making 80 grand a year. He's living in an apartment with his beautiful wife or whatever, and their one child, and they're all free. That person right there is much more successful and wealthy to me than the guy making the 3 million. So money has nothing to do with character, right? And the person that you are. So I don't think you're a good or bad person based off of the money you have, but the character, you know, in which you operate on. Like, there's this one guy, I've seen this guy, he had this beautiful, beautiful Lamborghini, and there was these kids who were going up to it to take pictures, and believe it or not, this grinchy, grouchy, I could probably call him a couple other names here, but I'll save that, like, gets out of the store and is like, get away from my car, I'm like, I could probably call him a couple more names, right? It's like, come here, guys, look at this, you see the Porsche? Go take some pics on that one. Screw this guy right here. Like, come on, man. So, you know, you got to have a good heart. You know, good heart's where it's at. You can have all the money in the world and be a very lonely individual. Johnny Gems. What do you have to say about Elon Musk? I don't even know. I don't even pay attention to those people. I don't even think about that. I don't even know they exist in this world. I'm locked in. This is GTA in real life. I'm just playing my own game.
Oh man, let's go.
There he is. There he is.
What's poppin'?
How we feeling? We got a bleeder. Holy
We got a
smokes.
bleeder. Oh, damn. Okay, Goldie. Daily candle's coming back down. Snap. Yes, sir. Feeling good, blessed and highly favored, bro. How you feeling?
Yeah, oozing with abundance. I got so much, it's just oozing out of my ears and my eyes and my mouth and everywhere, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, bro.
My cup
And we got a
run
bleeder.
over it. Oh, yeah.
W.
CPI popped just as we talked about and then drove down ever since, but never really gave us a shot here.
Nope. What's up, chat? Good morning, everyone.
Hey, how are you?
How are you?
I got abundance flowing through like I explained the other day. Just imagine a big old cup of ice and just pouring it into that cup. Just as the liquid just flows through the ice down to the bottom of the glass. That's how I've got abundance and wealth and health and prosperity and goodness. God's goodness just flowing. That's what I picture, just flowing through me like that. It's flowing. Flow state, baby.
That's great to hear,
You
bro.
guys are probably in flow state right now. Notice how you guys haven't had to go to the bathroom. You haven't really thought any other thoughts. You've been basically locked in. That's how you know you're doing something you love. That's how you know you're in flow state when nothing else. I bet you guys haven't even felt an itch, right? Not an itch. Not a, you don't have to go to the bathroom. Maybe now that I say that, you're like, oh man, actually I do got to go to the bathroom. But like when you're in flow state, you'll know it because there's no distractions. Like you won't have to go to the bathroom. You won't think other thoughts. You won't even feel the itch I was talking about. You just be so locked in. And that's how you know you're doing what you really are called to do.
Yeah.
5 minutes. 5 minutes. That's true. You see, pants are much cheaper than missing a trade. How was pre-New York? A little rangy?
Yeah, it was ranging.
I figured
It was
out.
good. But
Yeah.
yeah, ranging. Yeah, nice trade in London. I saw those buys. Those were very nice.
Yeah, we did take buys in London. Oh, I didn't even tell you guys. We lost a trade in Asian last night, and I think I was down to like $300. Took another trade, just blew my account. Blew my account last night. So I just
Same.
took the buy position in London, which was around I think 330-ish. Yeah, me and Magnus, George, Aaron, the whole group took this buy position. I think I got, what was it? About 24 pips. About 24 pips. So I think I'm up like 900 on the day.
Nice. Yeah, the base hit was there
Yeah.
in London.
Yeah, the base hit was there. Took some losses though. Was able to stay steady here on the live account though. So still ended up 912 on the day so far. So we'll see. Took about a $1,200 loss there last night. And look, so my account couldn't handle the drawdown, right? But my live account was no problem. So I got the loss back. Like it wasn't that I took a bad trade. It's just I only had a couple dollars left. So unfortunately it blew it. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Yeah. Happened to me too, bro. No worries. Guess what we're doing? We're on to the next, bro.
On to the
On
next.
to the next account.
Oh,
On to the next
snap.
trade. We keep pushing. We keep moving forward. Keep making progress.
Bro, look at this daily.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, these are looking
Things ready to
pretty
melt.
good. Melter's coming in. Yeah, that was an Asian, man. It was an Asian. Tried to give it one more shot, and I only had like maybe the next shot worked, but the only issue was the funded account only had like $300 on it, so it was just done.
I mean, I thought maybe there was a couple lessons in that Asian trade, to be honest. But I still thought it was a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah, the payouts. I did take a payout, not on that account, but on the ones before that. It was like $5,800, $5,900 from top one. So I've only gotten one payout from top one so far. It was about like $6,000. This one I was literally 5,200 in profit, and then
Dang.
Friday's losses, and then the two losses kind of just wiped me out. But you know it's gonna happen. You know, and look, that's the power of having a personal account too, is that you can give those trades a second shot, and it's not like you're gonna go like a couple pips and draw down and just boink, you know what I mean? Like your account's gone. Like your personal capital will be able to handle those things, and I'm glad I trade personal capital again along with the funded.
Right. Right. Personal capital and funded are two completely different things. Like you can, you're more likely to blow a funded account, but you're also more likely to get funded again quickly, right? So like
Yeah.
we may have lost an account yesterday, but we're gonna get funded again this week or next week, quick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so they were basically shorts. So we were looking to short the market, and the first trade basically. Let me try and pull it up here.
Yeah, those stops last night were pretty big.
Yeah, it came all the way back up there. So I basically pulled the trigger from the top. I'm trying to get. I don't think I screenshot the second trade. Do you have a picture of them?
I do have a picture of the second trade. I'll send it in.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
1
send
minute.
it over to me. Yeah, we'll take a look at them. Yeah, so anyway, the daily lows are breaking here. So we should probably get a push now. So it's going to be tough to take these sells, right, without any sort of pullbacks. You got 24 seconds now on the 30-minute candle here as we kind of creep into 9:30. So, I mean, if you guys like the sells, take them. We haven't really had much of a pullback. We're either going to rip down here or we're going to get a nice pullback right now. So I'm going to have to follow my plan here, wait for the 15-minute at 9:45. If that 15-minute at 9:45 does anything like either this, where you reject from the top side, right, then I will probably look to take some reject from the downside. I'll probably look to take buys at 9:45 to anticipate that pullback. If we close more like this, right, where you attempt to kind of get up there but we fail, then I might pull the trigger here on the sells to come down at 9:45. So we'll see what happens. But right now there's really nothing.
Nah, bro. I can't take the sell here. Plan says not to.
Yeah.
Overextended and no clean range.
Oh yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, I sent that trade in Zoom.
I was not over risking. No, I think I was using 4 contracts, and the next one I knew I didn't have much. I knew I didn't have much drawdown to play with, right? So I just kind of lowered my size there, but it still got hit. And it's crazy because like the stop loss never got hit. It was just like imagine getting into a trade here, you get into a sell, right? And then price starts popping up a little. And let's say your stops are up here, but all of a sudden you don't have any more drawdown here. So you guys ever go through that with the funded stuff?
Yep.
And then bam, it gets hit. So yeah, the trade I did take still played out, still worked out well, but not for the funded account.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, we could bleed off here, but I can't take this. I gotta wait.
Yeah, man. And it's okay to lose a couple funded accounts as well, man. As long as you're getting some payouts on it, as long as you're learning from it, and as long as you're taking good trades, I think it's totally fine, right? Because we gotta keep in mind that the only risk we're really taking is that fee we're paying for the account, right? So that's the small fee. We're not losing 50K or 100K. We're losing $200, $300, $400, right? We gotta keep that in mind, I think, too.
Always.
And you can always get funded again tomorrow, next week, right? So.
Yeah. Speaking of
and
funded.
Also remember the money you lose in the funded, in your XFA is fake, but the money you make in the XFA is real, right? So, always take that risk with the funded, honestly, and always keep in mind it's okay to blow the account, right? As long as you're doing what's required of you.
Yeah. I would agree. I would agree. But look, if you're breaking your plan, that's a totally different story, right? But
That's totally different.
if your funded account just can't handle some things because you went a little into drawdown or whatever that is, it's fine, And then this also shows you guys, like, I'm a human being, right? Like, I know I don't blow too many accounts. I know I stay disciplined. I kind of don't really make many mistakes, like many errors, so that you guys could believe, hey, man, he makes a lot of. But this is a good one for you guys to see, like, no matter where you are in your journey, what your skill level's at. I mean, you're still going to blow accounts. I think statistically, the guys who take payouts also blow just as many accounts as they do with taking payouts. So it's a pretty interesting statistic there, right?
Yeah.
They blow as many accounts as they do take payouts. That's crazy, right? That's what I heard from some of the top like funded company owners. And that's a pretty interesting statistic. That just kind of tells me that certain traders with skill are just getting right to it. Right, so they're getting right to it. They're straight to the bag, trying to get funded, trying to get payouts, and they're willing to, blow some accounts. And we've been talking about that for a long time. So,
yeah, because it's about the return on investment, right? I'd say with the funded accounts, like you're putting in like 200, and then taking out a G or two, right? So it's all good. You're gonna have to put money into it. You're gonna have to take some risk. As long as the ROI is positive, it's all good.
Yeah. Let's see what NQ did here. Any lethal activity? Oh, we broke the highs. So buyers are in, buyers are out. Yeah, I like my only play here on NQ is closures below. I don't like any buys or anything like that. We're just way up in the all-time highs. Do you have to pay to activate the giveaway? No, you don't. No, you don't. It's a complete giveaway. Yeah, if you guys aren't following me on Instagram, you can follow me here. This is where we're going to do a lot of giveaways. We give away at least 10 50K accounts every single week, and we're going to be doing them more on like social media now. So, yeah, just pay attention to the IG. Watch the stories. I'll let you guys know in the stories. But yeah, we had 10 winners last week, 10 winners the week before. I think we had 15 winners the week before that, 10 winners the week before that. So we've been doing a lot of giveaways. Yeah, sometimes we do them on the live stream. Sometimes I do them in like these little private calls that I do. So sometimes I'll just look at the Clubhouse and Asian session, and I'll say to myself before I send the link, all right, the first 4 people that sign into this call right now are getting free funded accounts. So you just never know when I'm going to give one away. How many times have we done that, TK? I just messaged like the first 4 people that came in, like, hey, you guys want a 50K funded. They're like, wait, what?
That's what's up.
Yeah, I just decided to pick you because you were early today. You were in the right place at the right time. Sheesh, Goldie, gold. How would the winners know? I just DM'd them. Yeah, I DM'd them. I sent them a message. I said, you're the winner. You are the winner. ROI. Yeah, it's true. It's all about ROI. Very, very true. So luckily I don't blow too many accounts. I don't go through too many accounts. So it's really not that big of a deal. But I did want to take a couple of valuations. So I figured I'd get those this time and mob out with them. What's up, Jude? How are you? How are you?
Good, Jude. Hey, Jude.
Hey, Jude. Yeah, always giving away the random giveaways. But yeah, we'll do another one. I'm gonna make a post today. Maybe I'll do it right now.
Word, Connor. Everyone's about to be tapping that Zoom link quick now. Who's gonna be the first one?
You just never know. Maybe we'll have another one tonight. You never know. You never know.
Never know. What'd you do after London, Nick? You went to the gym?
No, honestly, I stayed up all the way till London. So I was like, when you get to like midnight and then you're like, Magnus is going to send the link out at 1:30, I mean, it's like the point of no return almost, you know? It's like, do I
Right.
just go to sleep now? Do I stay up? So I tried staying up, but I actually did fall asleep for like an hour. So I only slept an hour between, you know, from yesterday. So I decided to get a little nap in and go to the gym later.
Nice, bro.
Yeah, so I slept through pre-New York.
W.
Hey, maybe you'll be the winner on the next one, brother. The next one. All right, Rob trades. Rob
Peace, Rob.
fades. Green, how we feeling, bro? Oh, by the way, man, anyone that spammed my Instagram comments, like, next time I ban you. Like that. Okay, one-on-one, how to not win a giveaway. You guys ready? How to not win a giveaway? Leave more than one comment. If I see 2 comments, you're done. If I see 3, you're even more done. If I see 4, you're out of here. No, just kidding. Yeah. Don't like, gang. I mean, really?
Right.
Maybe he won't know that I put 156 comments in, and maybe he'll just see my one and pick me. Surely he's not going to think this is annoying or anything. Yeah. So basically on the next giveaway, only comment once. By the way, anytime we filter through the comments, you do know that we uncheck duplicates and replies. So it's just a waste of your time and a waste of my time to have to go read them. Just saying.
What's up,
Just saying. For the next one.
Yeah. Let him know.
3 strikes and you're out of here.
Let's not get timeout in a YouTube chat. Come on.
You spam and get the ban. No, it was on my Instagram post.
Oh.
Yeah. Can't be having people come onto my page, look at my picture, and then it's just you. Lollipop Trader. I love you, Nick. 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 They're gonna be like, yo, what's going on with this community? I don't know about these guys, man. I'm out of here.
It's a little weird, bro.
So, you know, just use the noggin a little bit. You know what I mean? Just a little bit.
I think I'm a little bit more than a little.
A lot of it. Use the noggin a lot of it. Just a lot of
Use
it.
it a lot.
Think and grow rich, my friend. All right. Let's do a fresh analysis here on gold because I'm lost in the sauce here. It's just a straight downtrend. So let's lock in on this real quick just so we can get some better zones, better approach here. Let's just pretend we just got to the desk, all right? So daily candle, obviously we talked about this. We talked about resistance being formed here. We got a fake out on the daily time frame, right? So yesterday's candle kind of closed back in the range, giving us a fake out. Today's candle has officially made a top wick, right? So we've officially created that top wick that we like to see on every candle. And gang, who was in Asian last night? Were you guys in Asian? Look where this top wick came to, right? What did we talk about where the top wick should move to? It meets up with these other wicks to the left, right? And look at that. We came straight there. So pretty cool in terms of that. We got a top wick. We've just broken the lows here. Let's go take a look at the 4 hours. So obviously this is our CPI candle, so it's going to be a big one, right? It's probably going to be a guiding candle for us too in terms of direction. So now that the daily has made a top wick, it's broke the lows, the 4 hour has completely shifted, right? So we kind of had a high here and now we have a lower high right here, and now we're starting to look like we're going to close below 51. So if we do close below 51, there's a very high chance that this next candle after making a top wick will eventually come down and fill the range here, right? All the way down into 20 there. So that's the range that's ahead of us. And, you know, there's no doubt we could fill that range here today. So 17 minutes, no, 17 minutes, and we get a 4 hour candle that closes. And then what we can do is we can anticipate if this one does close below, that's our breakout candle, our confirmation candle. And then this 4 hour candle is our trading candle. So now we need to look a little bit more into the details of taking that trade, right, on the lower time frame. So 1 hour is coming into some chop here. Most likely it's going to reject, right? It's probably going to reject right around this area, and that's going to lead us to a pullback on the current 4 hour candle and the top wick on the next one. So how could we put ourselves in position to possibly take that trade? 30 minutes rejecting, 1 hour is rejecting as of right now. 15-minute is rejecting as well, right? So we're right at the support every single time. We kind of popped up right up towards 53, again came down, popped up towards 53, again came down, popped up towards like 53, 55 here. So let's see what happens if we can maybe close like inverted celery here. We could anticipate that we will get that pullback, right? Because if we're going to get a new top wick on the 4 hour candle, most likely we could probably see something like, let me just draw one of these here. So we could probably see something along these areas right here, right? You have a previous wick over here. You have that's Johnny Gems. You have resistance over here. You have support. You have wicks. You have rejections. You have wicks, right? More wicks sitting right here. So if we can pop up, right, and create that steep top wick, then that's our opportunity to take advantage of the buys on the counter trend trade, right? But all of this has to line up here and make sense, and I think we're going to need some sort of inverted celery rejecting that area, and then we can most likely pop off on the buys here up until like 60-ish, somewhere up around 60, and then we can get out. So we'll see what's going to happen. After that move up, then we should continue down, right? So this will be the counter trend idea that we could take advantage of, and then maybe later on in the day, right, the sells will continue to play out here. So yeah, we got clean range. I would say we could certainly see like 60, 63 here on the move back up. So let's hang tight. Let's see if we can get a closure and then take advantage of like this counter trend move here. Yeah, something like that would be perfecto. Yeah, otherwise the sells, I mean, you just, yeah, I probably wouldn't take the sells here at all.
You have to wait for like a resistance, new resistance, that's it.
Yeah. Just a smidge. What's my IG? Right here. Instagram. Do I naturally trade with smaller lots if it's counter trend? Yes. Most of the times. Yeah, unless it's like really, really obvious and really there. Like it's not truly, I'd much rather take the buys here from like 42 as well. Like if we can get the buys from 42-ish, so we have that level of support here, right? If we can kind of, create support down there where all this other support is, then I think that's going to make for a good trade, right? Like something like this, create support, but you got to take it here, right? You got to take it here. So whichever candle is going to close like low like that, that's the confirmation candle. Because if that's the 15 and these two candles equal one 30-minute candle, then chances are if you try and take it off the 30 and that move has already happened, it ain't going to work, right? So if you can get the counter trend from low, that's going to be your best option. Anything up mid-range or up here is, just wait for the sells at that point. How do I show up every day? The gym, chart. I'm just committed. What other way would I wouldn't want to live any other way. I designed this lifestyle on purpose. So I don't have a job. You know what I'm saying? Like when you don't have a job, you have so much more time. So that's why I'm trying to encourage y'all, what's your number, right? Is it 5K a month? Is it 3K a month? Some of you guys are like 18. If you just made an extra 3K a month, you wouldn't even, you could walk away from your full-time job. Maybe you're not buying expensive dinners and lunches and cars and things like that yet, but you're a free man. A free man was always my number one priority over any sort of materialistic or anything like that, right? So I don't have a job, so me not having a job literally gives me like 9 hours a day that I normally wouldn't have to do things like the gym and dedicate time to my Bible and studying the Word and working on myself and trading and family and all that stuff. So that's why I'm saying freedom is if you knew how sweet it was, you'd really lock in.
Yeah, man. And it's key to buy back your time too. So you can now use all your time to invest in yourself, into personal development. Now you have all this time where you can just invest into personal development. And what does Jim Rohn say and Nick say? Personal development will exceed your, level of income or, your income as well. So, hell yeah. Personal development, man, is going to take you higher than your income will ever.
Yeah, because from age 21 to age 28, I literally had a job that whole time, put in a lot of work, but I gained knowledge and wisdom during this time. So the success from this gap here was very small, right? And then when I left my job at 28 and then 29 now to 35, I've accomplished so much in this time, like 100 times more than this time because I didn't have a job, right? And I spent all these years working on my mindset, working on my mentality, working on everything that I need to work on to be the best version of myself. And then, obviously I still do that, but like I took these early years of my 20s to really lock in. So when eventually I walked away from my job at like 28, 29-ish, I was able to get so much more done because now I bought my life back, right? So there was a 9-hour gap, right, in my day-to-day that I had to commit to Jimmy Ding Dong, right, and to the 9-to-5 job. So I couldn't do as much. I couldn't get as much done, right? I couldn't succeed as fast when I had that 9-to-5. But once I had the number in mind, I made enough. And again, it wasn't a big number at all. It wasn't a big number at all, right? But it was just enough to where I can work on myself full time and not need to, go to a full-time job to make money. So I probably could have made more money at a job, but I'd rather the freedom, right? I'd rather the freedom and the ability to work on me and things that I believe will, push me to success a lot faster.
Yeah, man, facts.
And now we're trying to get more people free. We're trying to get more people free. You know what? Layla asked me, Daddy, what are you doing there? I said, I help parents become free like your parents so that their kids can live a life like you live and have special moments with their parents every day. So that's ultimately what we do here. Yeah. Jimmy Ding Dong just can't get enough Jimmy Ding Dong. How old was I when I got married? I was 29 years old. I was about 21 years old when me and Anna met, and then at 29 we got married. At 25 we glitched the matrix and we never looked back. We've kept down the rabbit hole. All right, 8 more minutes. Time with the family? Yes. Yeah, it's always good. Oh, yeah. We struggled a lot together financially, but we always, uplifted each other, kept each other, when one of us was up or one of us was down, the other one was up, so as long as you and your spouse are not down at the same time and one person could always lift the other up, you'll be all right. All right, we got 9 minutes. Give me or 8 minutes. Just give me a sec. I'll be right back. But yeah, the buys are starting to look pretty good here. We're breaking the 15-minute high. We could expect a counter trend, little pullback here. So we'll see how we do come 10 a.m. Yeah, we got 8 minutes. I'll be right back.
All right, but 8 more minutes again, chat. It's just another day to patiently wait 8 more minutes. But yo, chat, what's up, everyone? How's everyone feeling? Yo, shout out Nick, man. This guy, bro. This guy's a top G. I really, really hope people are taking notes and really listening to what he's saying, man, because sheesh, if you really apply the knowledge he's dropping on y'all, I mean, your life is definitely going to be different. and in a positive way. So hopefully everyone's taking notes, man. Really listen to this guy, bro. He knows what he's talking about. He's my older brother. I've been mentored by him for the last decade, and I know this man means business. So, and if he was talking about freedom, bro, there's no one more free than Nick. Come on. I was there yesterday. I was there last week. My guy literally does whatever he wants. Regular, 1 o'clock at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on a Tuesday. Bro, my guy's in his Porsche driving, or he's out at a steakhouse with Anna. You know, he's chilling. He's living the dream life that he's always dreamed of because he did what was required of him, and that's what he's trying to, make sense for us. And he wants us to live the same exact way. And I know I'm following his path, and I know a lot of you guys are as well. But if you aren't yet, I would really get on board here because your life is gonna make a change. Just give it some time, persistence, faith, commitment, discipline, execution. It's all here for y'all. The power's within us. Let's just tap in and we can create the life we want to live. Nick has been single-handed proof for me, and that's why I'm really confident in him and following his path here. But W for that, let's give the stream some like here, chat. We got almost 1,000 people in the building. What's up? We got 1,000 winners who are gonna create the life they want to live. Shout out y'all. Let's give the stream a like. DJ Scratch is my man. How you doing, bro? W's in the chat. We all will be successful, chat. We all will be wealthy. We got this. Hey, let's go. Feeling good? Lovely. The number is 5K a month, and you're a free man. W. It's coming. It's coming. Never lose hope. Never lose that vision. Always keep that end goal in mind. What are we quit to? Remember, there's no risk when you're at the bottom, right? The only risk is living the life you're currently living. That's the risk. And the life you're currently living is great, right? You probably have people who love you. You probably have a roof over your head. You probably have shelter. You got food in your mouth. I mean, bro, that's pretty damn good. That's a wealthy life right there, I'd say. So why not take the risk? Why not risk good for great? The risk is living the life you're currently living, so go all in. No plan Bs, all right? Don't quit until you get there. Burn the boats. Burn the damn boats, man. We're here to stay. We're here to get this done. And I love that this is all documented. We can look back on this one day like, damn, bro. Look at what they're speaking into existence and which manifested later in time. Nick's a blessing. He really is, bro. If you knew the life Nick lived, you guys would be blown away. Right, Magnus? I don't know if Magnus is here. Aaron? I don't know. And I'm not here to gas Nick up. I'm just speaking facts, like I'm definitely not trying to gas Nick up. I'm just speaking facts about him. And I know a lot of you guys want that same life as well. And I'm just here to say it's possible because I'm seeing it. I've seen my man's journey. Literally. The story is wild. Yep, Aaron knows. Yes, sir. Yo, what's up, Ray? What up, man? Let's see here. Yeah, but how's everyone's day going, chat? Any good trades today? What's my risk approach on the evaluation? I'm aggressive with the evaluation. I like to be aggressive on the combines or the evaluation accounts because the goal for me is to get funded. I'm pretty experienced as a trader. I know what I'm doing, in terms of executing good trades. Yeah, I'm human, but yeah, because of that, I like to be more aggressive on my risk in terms of, getting funded. Because like I said, the goal is to get funded. When I'm in the evaluation, my goal is to get funded. And, I like to set a budget for myself to take risk as well every single month. And, I have an aggressive approach to risk that fits my budget, as well. So, yeah, I would be aggressive. If you're an experienced trader, I would be aggressive. Sometimes and I'm not advice. This is not financial advice either, right? I mean, test me, or just listen. But I'm willing to go half margin, even full margin on the evaluation account sometimes because I'm cool with the fee. I'm cool with the risk. But some of us may not be there. So, risk what you're comfortable with risking and risk according to your own financial, situation. What are we trading? We're trading gold here. W's in the chat. Let's go. Yes, sir. Yeah, German. I just trade. Yes. Yeah. I'll be buying assets as well very soon.
What was my job before trading? I was a porter. I worked at Mercedes-Benz, and I'd take all the rich people's cars and park them for them. Hopefully they give me a $5 tip. Yeah, it was lit. I enjoyed it. And then after that, I worked for Ferrari for a little bit, and I helped them run the parts department for the race team out in California. And yeah, that was it. Other than that, I just jumped from job to job, just like a madman, pretty much.
You literally jumped from job to job, right? Like,
yeah, there were jobs that I only worked for one day, like 2 hours. Like, there was jobs I'm like, once lunchtime came on day one, I'm like, I'm out of here, never coming back.
Yo, bro.
Oh, snap.
Nick is the first person, man, who told me, yo, don't get a job, bro. And I was like, yo, I'm down for that. Sounds good. You're always anti job and, you know, trying to live on your own terms.
Yeah,
since I remember.
I've been a rebel since day one. I would also save up some money and then quit jobs and then try and get things going. But for many, many years, I couldn't get it going. What up, Lights Fire? How you doing?
What up, Lights Fire? Yeah, exactly, JC. Because either way, you know, like you're gonna have to pay the fee again every month, being on the combine. So like, I'm just not about sitting in a simulated combine account for more than a month. You know, I'm just not going that way.
Let's go. Yeah. You can only do the tattooing so long, you know what I mean, before your back starts hurting. And same thing with like a lot of jobs. Like my cousin's a mechanic, you know what I mean? He's 35 years old. Like, you shouldn't feel like an old man, you know what I mean, at 35. My dad drove trucks, you know, he's just complained about his back his whole life. So yeah, man, the thing is about these jobs and stuff is like you have a shelf life, you know, even in athletics. You know, if you don't make the cut by 20, 25, 26, I mean, good luck, right? Because there's young guys that are going to come on and, you know, you have a shelf life there. But when it comes to business ownership and even trading for that matter, you really don't have much of a shelf life. I mean, you could do this well into your 80s and 90s and you can create passive income and be a very successful individual. But if you're trading hours for dollars or effort for dollars, you know, it's going to be tough to do that long term. And I think people are waking up to that now. You know, the generations before us have been lied to, right? So now that we're starting to see things, we're starting to see the potential of the internet. I mean, dude, you can literally make car videos and become successful. Like, you can literally eat pizza in your car and have a little bit of enthusiasm and excitement and probably make money from your phone, right? Wow. You can, yeah, there's just so much that you can do at this point. But, you know, my mentor would say, Nick, and he was it's not Mr. V, another guy. He's a 2-time national powerlifting champion, bench 5'11", all natural. And he said, Nick, the mind can only, the body can only make a certain amount. The mind is unlimited. And most people work more on their body than they do on their mind. I would encourage you to do the opposite. I was like, whoa. Damn. Said, damn. Okay. Okay, so do we want to take these buys? Do we want to take the buys here? Let's take a look. We got a brand new 4-hour candle that's opened up. We did close above the range here on the 4-hour. The 1-hour also got a pretty strong rejection to the downside. 30-minute did close bullish. Same with the 15 here. We did close above the range here too. So yeah, I might be interested in these buys. I would expect the 4-hour candle to, you know, make a steeper top wick if we do break the high there. So we never closed below. We kind of rejected the downside. The daily's coming back up, flipping bullish. So yeah, this thing may turn around a little bit. So I'm going to look to have a buy stop here, anticipating that this 4-hour candle should move its way back up. Now the targets, right? Let's see if the targets are even worth it, because if we don't break the high at 60, we reject it, right? And we really don't have that much room from the 4-hour high to 60 here. 34 pips, right? So that may or may not even be worth it. Now, I think if price can set up here and we get like a celery play, something like that, where candles remain above 50, right? Somewhere around 50, and we close just like that, then I think the next candle, if we break the highs, will be the pop, right? So I think this will be the better move. Wait for this candle to close, make sure it closes above, and then we can probably see this wick fill here. So that'll probably be the idea for me. We just want to make sure the open of this candle, we're only 3 minutes in here, right? We want to make sure we remain above, and then just don't start driving down like yesterday's 4-hour candle. So yeah, 15-minute celeries work here for me.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. I like it.
He said you could sell a fart. That's crazy. You guys are over here working 9 to 5, sweating, jackhammer, and someone's over here like, put that in a glass, boink, $1,200 on the way. Wow. Wow. Don't that just get you mad? That just gets me upset.
Yeah, bro.
He said $1,200 for oxygen air. That's crazy, man. So does money come due to hard work? Right? I think everyone's starting to realize that. They lied to you, gang. They lied to you.
They lied to me, dog.
Everything you've been taught is a lie. Everything. So until you start digging deep and stop being, blind led by the blind, the master told us himself, didn't he? Then you won't wake up to the fact that you've been lied to. So I said it yesterday on my story. Until you learn how to unlearn, to relearn, you'll be a peasant forever. You'll be a slave to the matrix. So you gotta rewind that. You gotta learn how to unlearn to relearn. Right? So you can glitch the system. But what do I know? What do I know? I'm just the guy on YouTube here.
What's up?
Stepped away from the screen for 5 minutes. Big 15-minute candle, yeah. Yeah, I want to see if we remain above the zone here. If we do, then the buys should be in play. I took one trade in London. Yeah, one trade in London. It was a buy position. It was on my, my personal account here. So I didn't take it on my funded, and yeah, I think it was like a 900. Yeah, 912. So I'm up. I'm up 900 since from London session, right? So I'm making. I was up in dollars before anyone really woke up today. Yeah, I'm up here wide awake at 3 in the morning, like I'm broke, and they sleeping like they rich, and that's why they'll call us lucky over and over again, year after year, is because we're willing to put in the work. The good old DJ Khaled. I don't work the day shift. I don't work the night shift. I work all shifts, baby. I work them all. I represent the hustlers.
I don't trade New York session. I trade all the sessions.
I don't trade New York. I don't trade London. I trade them all. Oh, man. Hey, you could eat crumble cookie on me grind and get rich these days.
Literally.
I don't know how long you're going to live, but you'll certainly get rich. Just put on that stupid voice too. Today, we're going to look at crumble cookie. Like, oh my God. Next.
10K a month.
I got the 4-pack from Crumble. Let's see how it is. Instagram just floods $10,000 into their bank account, and you're over here like digging a hole.
All you do is take one bite out of each cookie.
You're over here on the cash register like, deep, 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 deep. It's like, what? I'm telling y'all, think and grow rich. Don't work hard and grow rich. You'll be working hard for a long time. I get scared of being free. Yeah, it's a lot of responsibility, because once you're free,
Yo, facts.
the only option is to not be free again, right? So,
Literally, bro. It's like you say, bro. It's one thing to get freedom. It's another to maintain it. Honestly.
the same thing with success.
You gotta be ready for that. You gotta be ready for it.
To be a millionaire is not is not easy. You have a lot of responsibility, right? To be successful, to own a business, to rely on yourself for money, it takes a lot of responsibility. And one thing I noticed is that most men and women actually don't want that responsibility. They think they do, but they don't. And that's why they keep getting right to that point and then falling back. Right to that point and falling back. Because there's a lot of responsibility, right, that one takes on when they become successful. And again, most people, they'd rather just report to the 9-to-5 job, not have to take on much responsibility, just get a, very straightforward, predictable paycheck, a nice little bonus at the end of the year, and that's it, so, and some medical insurance, right? So it takes a lot to step out of that system and go after the great life, right? Not settling for the good and going for the great. And it's on you at that point, right? So your boss ain't going to come over here and say, hey, don't take this trade right now. That's not the playbook. It's going to be on you, right? So your success now is, it always is, right? Based off of you and your performance. But, at the end of the day, when you run the show, you run the show. So if you can't handle it, it's going to be a big bummer. So I think a lot of people just don't want to take on the responsibility that it takes to actually be successful. They think they want to, but then it's like, maybe not. So
much is given, much is required.
Yes, sir. Anyway, we got a closure coming up in 5 minutes. If the candle closes just like this, I'm going to look to have a buy stop here on the break of this candle's high right there. And then I would expect that if that 4-hour high breaks now, that we will move up, right, to create a steeper top wick on the 4-hour and eventually, possibly fill the wick here. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Even if I had a buy stop, I'd delete it right now. And that's how the celery naturally kind of falls into our lap anyway. We'll typically have like a buy stop here, and then, 5 minutes till the candle closes, we'll delete it, and then we'll just wait for that extra confirmation. If I didn't live stream, what would I do while waiting for my setup? I don't know. I'd probably hang out in the living room or hang out maybe with the kids. Maybe I'd be in the office doing some other work. I guess we'll never know. But when I'm not streaming, I typically, will do other stuff and just wait. Yeah, nothing really in particular. What do I think of the current trade? I think this current idea looks pretty good. Buy stops on the break of the highs for this 15-minute celery. That high is also the 4-hour candle making a high. We already rejected the downside. Plus, we never closed below support here. So if we come down now, right, then break this high, there's a, pretty decent probability that this candle will start to move up more, right, to create a steeper top wick, maybe somewhere into these ranges over here. And that's where I'd pretty much look to take profit. So I am bearish, but in order to go further down, we probably have to pop back up a little bit. So I'm open to taking that counter trend with this 4-hour target tapped kind of idea showing up. Yeah, that would make sense too. That area is right here. So 63, 65 is what I'd look for here. It's about 70 pips. Boom, 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 boom. All right, let's set up on Tora here. Let me just get everything set up for myself. Oh yeah, let's delete this so no one thinks anything. That yellow line, John,
Yeah.
You never know.
Yo, bro, I seen the yellow line. I decided to go get a cup of coffee.
All right. 1 minute or 2 minutes. I'm sorry. 2 minutes. Should I say BRB?
Yeah.
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 Someone said, yo, the probability of when you say BRB and walk away before the trade is extremely high. So BRB.
BRB. All right, chat.
Be right back. What do we got? 1 minute. I'll be back in 10 seconds.
Yes, sir. This is looking good. Set up nicely. We've been patient for a couple hours now. It's 2 more minutes. Yes, sir. Goldie, just hold on. 2-minute warning. It's 100% accurate. Damn. Yeah, Nick needs to. I think that's the strategy then, the BRB strategy. Think so.
All right, I got the whole fam outside watching on the big screen. Goldie, be nice to us here.
Be nice to us, Goldie. 1 minute.
Forex broke the high. I think futures kind of broke it too a little. So I don't have a buy stop yet.
We're not going to need a lower wick here on this 15 celery 30-minute and 1 hour. Got those lower wicks for us.
Yeah, exactly. So this one we won't need much of a lower wick at all. So if we can get like a little something, that'd be great. I always prefer that, but we're not looking for much here.
Of course.
So take note of that, gang. Like if that's something you're looking like working on, like I'm not gonna wait for a steepest top or bottom wick here, right? Because of what John just said. So let's lock in. You ready?
Lock it in.
Holy smokes! I didn't realize that was 65 pips. All right, let's run it. Oh man, y'all got to get one of these muscle massage guns. The best. Great investment. All right. Okay, cool. So I'm going to have a buy stop here on a break of those highs. I'm probably going to use current candle. Let me just do the math here. What were the stops again?
I think 65.
60.
I got. Yeah, 65. Maybe a little bit more. Count and spread. 65, 70 pips.
Yeah, I'll use previous candle stops.
I like that we're coming down, making a low, even though we don't need to.
Yeah, no, this looks pretty good. If we make a good enough low here, then and we could use like 25, 30 pips, then that would be awesome too.
Yeah. I really like the buys here too, is the 4 hour did not close below support. It kind of rejected it. And then the daily candle came down and broke the previous daily lows, moved down a bit, and now it's coming back up.
Exactly. So the current candle low is like 34 pips. So if you guys want, you can use that low too. I may or may not use that low. If I do, I'm going to probably increase my size here and go a little heavier. But let me just put the 2 up here for now. And then, yeah, I think as of now, I'll probably use this current low here. Let's see. If it goes any lower, I'll probably stick to my 3 though. Yeah. Vacuum, do the laundry, do the dishes. Yeah, basically anything while you're waiting, right?
No, you can, literally.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's see. What should the stop loss be? You could either use, so the trade could look something like either or, right? You can use current candle, which is over here. All right, and use this current candle, which at this point is 42 pips. for like a 70, 75 pip TP, or you can use the previous candle, which is about 62 pips. So it's just up to you, you know, whichever one you rather use. I'll probably just use the previous one. Bum, bum. That's a nice little bottom wick, yeah, yeah. Bitcoin celery in motion. Holy, just Bitcoin, just keep moving up. Woo! What does that say? Holy smokes! Wow. Look at the. We lit. I got the meetup cooking. I just posted the elite dinner meetup. So if you go to my page, you'll see a little bit of the elite dinner meetup. Yeah, leave a like, leave a comment. Go check it out. Pretty epic. Went from obsessively watching Instagram videos of this Porsche to driving one. So, you know, I kind of have a good idea of what I'm talking about at times. Sometimes, you know, I go cuckoo, but sometimes I just know what I'm talking about. Yeah, go check the video out. Leave a like, leave a comment, and man, be sure to be at the next one. Don't miss the next elite dinner. We had a bunch of winners out there. It was absolutely epic. Magnus, Juan.
That was you meeting Magnus for the first time.
Sebastian, Stephen B, Big Norbin, Big Q. We got them all. The goats. Yeah, so go check it out.
Had a great conversation there.
Yeah, I don't want to play the music. It's too loud. Too loud. But yeah, go check it out. It's a good video.
Aaron.
We'll probably do some giveaways. Leave a comment, leave a like, and we'll probably do some giveaways on this video here. Green. Yo, Green, what was that, bro?
That was that fillet right there.
Man. That's the fillet. That's the fillet. Come up and cut it for you.
Me and C. Melly went in there with a strategy. We were like, bro, we're only taking the fillets and the ribeyes. That's it.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, go check it out. It's a good little recap. That's just a small little video of, you know, the whole entire trip. So that's just one night there. Just one night. Yeah, it was popping. Why 2 buy stops? Let me delete it. Just one. Let's go, Lights Fire. I'll see you in the next one. First of many.
Literally.
Could we shift bias if we close below? I think so. Yeah, I think so, because our 4 hour has a top, technically has a top wick here, right? So if we end up closing below, right, you may start to see price star moving down to fill this wick here. But I still like the buys as of right now. Still like it. We rejected out of here last time, so let's see if we could do it again.
That 15-minute doesn't have much of a top wick either on the candle.
Yeah. Yep. 30 celery. Yeah, potentially 30 celery. I like the 15 here. It looks pretty solid. So we'll see if we could break the 4 hour highs, and if we can, then it looks pretty good. Yeah, 30 celery. We got 9 minutes, so I probably won't wait on that just yet. But if it comes down to like the last like 2 or 3 minutes, then yeah.
You say you're Goldie.
Goldie playing. Are you in a trade or do you have the buy stops? I just have buy stops. Yeah, so if we break the highs, I'll be in the trade. Until then, I'm just hanging out, waiting to get activated. How active are you in the Clubhouse chat? I mean, I got it right here. I think I just read this one, right?
Pretty active.
Pretty active. The whole Clubhouse chat is just super active. Sometimes there's a lot of conversation too that goes on. So, you know, that's there too. But yeah, pretty active.
We got friendships in the clubhouse.
I worked for Mickey D's for 2 hours. I didn't even see that. That's funny. Yeah, I apologize if I missed some questions or comments. Just hit me back with them. All right, can we get a pop here on Goldie in the last 8 minutes?
Goldie's playing with us. I mean, if the 15-minute close is strong bear,
Yeah.
or are you more interested in the 30 seller?
I mean, right now I'm just gonna stay locked in on this bias here until anything like that happens, and
Of course.
I'll kind of pay attention to it then. But yeah, we respected the low here. If we break the highs, then the 4 hours should give a little pop for us. I'd say back up towards like 62, 63 here.
Agreed.
Forex accounts activated? Nah, mine never broke the high yet. I'm not activated on anything yet.
That 1 hour is looking really good. 1 hour fade too.
Yeah. Yeah, like the idea is if the 1 hour here, like, I mean, that's the 1 hour high, 4 hour high, 15 highs, 30 highs, right? If those break, you probably get a bit of a pop, you know, somewhere over here. And then maybe later, you know, if that happens in later, maybe the bearish move continues down at that point. Yeah, Forex, we never broke the high yet. Never broke the highs. So just gotta wait. Just gotta wait. How much am I up on the account? This one, 51.7, almost 32,000. So like about 32 grand. 30, 40, 50, yeah, 52, yeah, so 32,000. Yeah, I've actually traded this account very well, very well. Friday, you know, coincidentally, I didn't even get into that trade on Friday with these accounts, so that helped out too. Cross that bridge when we get there. That's true, that's true. Dun, 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 dun. What risk per trade on personal? I usually use 5 to 10 lots every trade. Yeah, 5 lots or 10 lots. All right, gang. Here we go. Can we get in? Almost, almost. All right, so we're in there. So stops are going to be kept below the lows there for me. TP is going to be up more towards that wick fill. And partial is going to be somewhere along like 63, 62 there. Partials. All right, let's see if we can make a move. We broke the 4 hour highs. We broke the 1 hour, 30 minute, 15 highs here. So we'll see if we can get a push out of it.
Job's done.
They're going to put your job on Indeed yet. Too late? No. Never too late, Pat. Never too late.
Never.
You got this, Pat. You got this. Duh, duh. We in. Hopefully we get a juicer. Yeah, hopefully. Dun, 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 dun. Forex not in yet? Yeah, I got in. Yeah, I'm in on Forex. Is the entry an onion? No, it's like a celery play. So 15-minute celery, 30-minute onion, I guess we could say. Yeah, 30 onion. I'm more so basing it off the 15 celery here and kind of going about it like that. But we made a low. We broke the highs. I mean, there's no reason to come back down here and break through these lows. So we should begin to push up according to price action. Oh, whoops. Yeah, thank you. I messed that up there. My bad. Yeah, actually, if we re-break the high, I wouldn't mind adding to this trade.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
Where's the juicer? Yeah, we got 2 minutes for a 15-30 minute closure.
Love them, love them. Not really sold on the buys. Sit this one out. Yes, no worries, no worries. Yeah, 15 minute. I mean, 4 hour broke the highs, 1 hour broke highs, 30 broke highs, 15 broke highs. So I think I got to be in this. I got to be in it. 30 closures. Yeah, you can wait for 30 closures here too. You know, you might get you got 1 minute for the 30 close. So, yeah, you might get a kind of celery play going on with that too.
Yep. 1 minute.
Yeah, let me fix that. Bam. All right, perfect.
We can close throwing bullish on the 15 minute. That'd be solid.
Yeah, we break that previous 1 hour high too. It should go. How to close partials on Project X. You so if you're in a buy position and let's say you have 3 contracts open like I do, then what you'll do is you'll right click here, and if you want to just like automatically get out and you're in a buy, you hit market sell, and like let's just say you want to close 2 of them, just hit 2. If you want to put a partial TP line up like I've got one here, then all you would do is right click, go to limit sell, and then create a limit order. Yeah, it's pretty simple. All right, not the exact closure I would have liked here, but the 30, if we do break that high, looking pretty good here. And if we break the highs, we could move our stops below this 30-minute candle here. But we have to break those highs, and I'm trying to think. I actually wouldn't mind adding to this trade. Yeah, this actually looks pretty good to add to. So I might add my other 2 contracts here and shift over, like when they get activated, shift over to current candle lows and use those. Buy stop. Yeah, I'm gonna add a little bit to this trade if we can break that on the 30, because now we got like a 30 celery too popping off here. So yeah, let's see. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, it's 15 minute just juices here.
Yeah. Cut it and add it back. I don't know. I like this move. I like it. I like it.
Same.
Limit sell, so we'll do more like
1 hour
4.
candle still open here too.
Get rid of that.
So I would say this 1 hour candle may want to come up.
Yeah. Yeah, what we could do too is if we break the high, we can just move our stops right below the low there. Right? Because we shouldn't really come back down, break the lows if we're going to break the high. Bum, bum, bum. All right, can we pop? Can we pop? We're in, but they didn't give me a better entry. Stops are going to go below the lows here now. And so this is the 1 hour wick here, right? The previous 1 hour candle. So I think it would be wise to close a little bit of partials somewhere along that line. If you don't break this high, you're going to respect it, right? So it wouldn't be a bad idea to close some partials there, especially now that we've moved our stop a little bit. We got a little bit of a better position here. So let's see if we can go up and fill that wick. And if not, I'll take a stop, you know, at 50, like 54 there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine to me. Just got to the you just in the right time. He's here.
Welcome.
Welcome, my friend. Dun, 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 dun.
Hey, one more push here, Goldie.
One more push out of gold here.
One more push.
Let's see. Let's see. Goldie fly? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Can we get a push? I'm out. W Clubhouse coupon. Yeah, there you go.
Let's go.
There you go. Mm, 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 mm. Boom, boom. All right, nice little push here. Can we get one more out of Goldie? One more push.
One more, Gold. One more.
I think we could come up. I think we come up towards 63.
Yeah. I think so too.
Dun, dun, dun.
I got a partial where your partial's at too.
Yeah, a partial there, and then we'll take another. Probably take the rest of it up at like 63 if we get there.
I mean, you got that wick fill, so I like that.
The magic arrows. The magic arrows. So on my live account, I'm up 2,400. So I'm going to snag that 2,700. Let's go.
My partial.
I'll take that. And then my partial TP just got hit there. So we'll take that. And then we'll move stops to break even. And then we'll just let it run.
Beauty.
Lovely. Good trade. Good
On to
trade.
the
Good
next.
trade. Solid. Solid. 2,700. Let's go. That might have been my biggest trade on that account.
Love you. Let's get it, bro.
We'll take
I
that.
remember riding through the lakes. I remember riding through the lakes when you talking about that.
You remember, right?
Yeah.
Back when we had nothing.
We had none, bro.
W's. Yeah, if you took that, spam a W in the chat. We'll take it. We'll take it. We'll make some moves. I closed the bulk of my position here, so pretty much out. 3,600 on the day. We'll take that. We'll take that. It was day. I used to dream of days like this. Daydream.
Yeah, wow.
Sit there just daydreaming about it. There you go. That's green day number 6. We'll take it. We'll take it.
Beautiful.
Clubhouse going crazy. W. Yeah, good trade. Excellent. Green day number 3 for me. W Lewis G. Let's see what's happening on the lower time frame. Yeah, the 5 closed it out a wick. Yeah, no wick on the 5, so probably get hit at break even with the rest of that. But I secured the bulk of my bacon. And I had so I added to that trade, right, for good reasons. Added to that trade, went in with a couple extra contracts, closed 4 of them at that 1 hour wick fill, basically. And the reason it's important to close there is because if we don't break that high right there, then we're rejecting, right? We'll continue to drive down. So if you have your partials right here, right, there's also a nice little level over here, right? You want to snag it there. Like, although I would love to get a little more out of this. If you don't break that high, then the 1 hour candle is going to respect the high and then start driving down, right? So that's why we took the partials right there, a simple base hit, and you know, that'll be enough to get you paid. Oh, let's go. I like to see profit. 670. What we got here? $3,000. Oh my God. What do we got here? $702. Very nice. Very nice. What else? Nah, almost 1,200 bucks. Solid. Solid. 543 for Chandra. Let's go, Chandra. A long way since our first one-on-one, huh? Congrats, W. Proud of you. Amazing. Amazing job. 300. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. 200. Not many people are making 200, 300 a day. Yeah, I take 80%. Usually I take the bulk of my position at those partial TP areas. Yep. Let's go. YouTube out here getting paid. 400, 600, $15. $15. 1,500. Nice, nice. And look, that would have been a great trade even if it was a loser. You know what I mean? Let's get it. 900. Let's go. Let's go, bands. Count it up. Later, Zyper. Pip and dip time. Good trade. 610. Beautiful. Clubhouse eating. Bags are full, baby. Bags are full. Notice how every single one of those profits were over 150. Ha! Paid for. The clubhouse just gets paid for on the in the clubhouse. My bad, John. Let's get John unmuted. Come on, Goldie.
Love you, bro. Take our base hits, man.
Good trade.
Good trade, bro.
Yeah, so anyone have any questions? Let's run through a quick breakdown of this trade here. So daily time frame, right? It all starts from the top. So daily time frame, you have we obviously broke the lows early. We came up, we created a very steep top wick, came down, and then we created the top wick early in the day, right? We came down, we broke the lows, but we never really held it. We never sustained that move, right? And all of a sudden, the daily candle starts flipping bullish, right? And at that same time, you have a 4-hour candle close. And if we look at the 4-hour candle, we can see here that the candle clearly closed above the range, right? And then if we look a little deeper, we can clearly see some rejection to the downside, right? So we could still move down here, right? But these are just little confluences, right, to kind of get us going in the right direction here. So we see that on the 4-hour. We say, hey, look, if that 4-hour candle breaks its own high, we may get the pop back up towards that 1-hour top wick, right? So we go to the 1-hour. We see here that the 1-hour has a high here. So we're like, okay, this is where we'll look to manage this trade, because if we don't break that wick, right, then we'll reject it. So we don't want to get call holding the bag here, and there it is, break even. So we don't want to get call holding the bag here. So imagine making 0 instead of 1,300. You know what I mean? Just because you didn't want to snag a base hit there. So we see the base hit. We see that it's available at the 1-hour high. That's what we start to go for. 30-minute gave us that extra confirmation with the celery play. 15-minute was perfect. You know, it was perfect. You had this candle close above the range. Let me show you guys the range. This was the range we were using, right? We had candles closing above. So you have this candle close strong bullish, right? The next candle close weak bearish above. The next candle creates a lower wick, breaks the highs. That's our entry. We'll go in at 3 lots. We don't really get the move on that one candle. So as this candle closes, now we have a 30-minute type of celery deal. And that's where I add a contract or two, and then look towards that 1-hour high there for that base hit. So yeah, that's pretty much Beautiful. It.
Amazing, bro.
Pretty much it. See how they all kind of correlated together. So we didn't get the full story from one specific time frame. We correlated all of them, right? We kind of tuned our ear into every single one of them, and ultimately that puts the full picture together for you.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. 99 billion, yeah.
And just like think about like if you didn't take partials there, like how many times do you want to get break even? Every time like you just get break even, like think about taking profits every time you just get break even. Those times will add up as well. Yeah. Great job. Another sniper exit, Nick.
Another one. Too bad Friday's not. See, I didn't take my base hit on Friday, and it turned into a whole downward spiral, right, for me, until I had to get a new account, right? So the base hits are literally that important.
Yeah, man, it really is.
We're cooking today. It might be a lunch, little steak lunch with Anna today. What do you think, honey?
Bro.
Just keep it under 3,600, please. How do I get confidence in setups?
That should be fun.
Repetition. Chart time, repetition.
But
you know, I've been doing this, taking these same trades for 6 years now. So that's why I could just chill out and say, hey, look, if it hits stops, I can care less. If it hits TP, I can care less. You know, over the next 100 trades, I'll win 70, lose 30. It's predictable.
yes, sir. Beautiful, bro. Great stream today, man. I'm gonna.
All right, John. Have a great day, man. See you later. John's been trying to weasel his way out of here since we closed the trade.
Bro.
Have a great day, pal.
I actually have to do some things. Actually.
All right, brother. Do some things, man. Do some things.
All right. Yeah, no, great trade, man. If I didn't have to do some things, I'd stay.
Hey, either way, let me see the shirt. The dues have been paid, brother, so you can go do whatever the heck you want right now. Dues have been paid.
Sir. You already know.
All right, man. Get out of here, bro.
Baby. Got my piss for the day, chat.
Get
it's
rolling.
Time for a day of freedom. Awesome.
Get rolling here, Johnny Gems. Get rolling.
I'm gonna get rolling.
See you later, bro.
I'm gonna take my pips and be out of here.
Take your pips and dip.
Appreciate the mentorship and the gems, of course, as usual.
Yes, sir. I'll send the invoice later.
All right, bet. I'll talk to you later. Yo, chat. Right. Have a good day, everyone. God bless y'all. See you guys tomorrow, or see you guys for Asian. Peace, peace.
All right, buddy. Love you. See ya.
Peace. See ya.
Johnny Gems, ladies and gents. Johnny Gems. Yeah, base hits with gratitude and contentment. I like that, Banty. I like that. Same here, man. Johnny Dips wanted to leave at 9:30. He did, right? This guy. All right, who's got any questions? Look, if all I cared about was the trade and calling the trade, I'd dip on y'all, right? But does anyone have any questions? This is bigger than just trading, right? So anyone else got any questions? Anything I can help you all with on this lovely Tuesday before we get up out of here? Most traders, they call the trade out. They're like, all right, see you guys later. Bam, and they're gone. They're gone with the wind. Not me, man. Not me. Thanks for the B-Day pips. Happy birthday, Wokey. Let's go. W. Why does the 5-minute rule apply to some trades and not others? So the 30-minute was going to close pretty good too. So I didn't really mind it on this trade. It was a celery position as well. Usually the celery plays too, like the next candle. I know this one made a lower wick and all that, but you see how this one just popped, right? So usually you won't even get that lower wick on a celery. You'll just get that next candle to just pop. So, you know, I figure we keep them in this case, and yeah. Hold on, let me just answer this text. All right, cool. All right, perfect. Perfect. My favorite Bible verse: don't grow weary in doing what is right, for in due season you shall reap the reward. One of my favorites. There's so many to be the favorite, but that was the first one that popped into my mind. Would I advise to sell now? No, probably closures below 53 are going to be much better for sells. Anything above 53, in my opinion, is probably going to remain bullish or just going to range a little bit. Been trading for a while, failing some challenges. Now I decide to put 5K into a normal account. Any advice? Take it slow. Take it slow. Don't try and do too much. I would go at a very, very low position size for the next 30 days and then take a look at the results there and then see if you can earn the right to up your size. So start at a very small size, like a very boring, mundane size, to where you're like, if I win this trade, this is like so small. But at the end of it all, it's like, if I lose this trade, it'll be so small too. So now what you could do is you can get rid of the money, because you're only going to make a couple bucks or lose a couple bucks per trade, and then you focus on system. And then if you do really well that month and you're profitable, then you increase your lot size just a little bit, right? And then you go another 30 days and you collect all that data. And if you're progressing in your trading business, then you can start to progress in your trading size. So that's what I would say. Start very, very small, focus on process, and then the process will get you the profits. Do I have another second entry model like this trade? Not really. Notice how like that was a entry that if I wasn't in already on the 15, I would have been in that on the 30, right? So it just gave a little bit of a better opportunity, so that's why I decided to size up there. I've been learning for you a little over a month. Whenever I take a trade on my own, I overthink it and sometimes mess up. Any advice? Yeah. Just put in more than a little over a month, right? So go a little bit more than 2 months, and a little bit more than 3 months, and a little bit more than 4 months. And then what's going to happen is, as those months go by, your confidence will develop. So because you've now had another month of watching me take these trades, of watching the winners go into winning, the losers go into the losers, you'll start to develop that chart time, which ultimately gives you experience, which the experience is what it's going to take to not overthink or mess up, you know? So you just got to see it more. A month is just a very small period of time. You can't really do much in a month. So I just think maybe a little bit more chart time and you'll be all right. Are you live on YouTube? Any other sessions, or are they saved for the Clubhouse? Yeah, those ones, Ryan, are saved for the Clubhouse. In the Clubhouse, we go live for Asian, London, and pre-New York. And then every Saturday we go live and, you know, just kind of have a study session. Sometimes we'll go over different topics as a webinar. Sometimes we'll do a Q&A. Sometimes we'll do like a weekly or monthly review. I mean, this past weekend we talked a lot about, you know, the front end of this month and the losses that we took last week on Friday. So yeah, we do a lot of streaming in the Clubhouse. Let's see. Nice golden dubs, very nice. Yeah, happy birthday, Wokey. What you doing today? What's the vibe? Oh, you're in Miami today, right? Yeah, when you come back, we'll get a workout in. We'll get a workout in. The trade in London trade was right here. So it didn't play out to the best. It was a buy position taken right here. And we got about like, the forex looked a little bit different, but I think I got like 20, 25, somewhere between 25 and 30. So it was just this candle moving up, closed partials here, and then it just, just like faded back down. Yeah, so it looks something like that. I think it was like, yeah, like this. I'm not exactly sure how Magnus had it set up, but I think it was very similar to this. I was paying attention over here, looking to see if we can come back up in that range, closing partials there. So I got my partials, and then it just hit break even. Let's see, couple more here, couple more, and then I got to go play with these Rugrats. Let's see. Would you consider taking the sells to continue with bearish trend and the possibility of filling the wick? I would. You're going to need a closure, though. So you're definitely going to need a closure below on the 15, and then I think this thing could set up. Yeah, I would wait for a closure below here and then probably execute after that. J-Mac, let's do it, brother. Let's do it. I'll do that right now. Payout, let's get it. Let's see. Couldn't close my partials because the profits were too little. I kept wanting to finally go BE. What should I do? Yeah, next time. So we talked about this in the webinar this past weekend. And look, I mean, not to sell you on the Clubhouse, but this is why it's so important to be in all these sessions, because we just cover. There's so much more that we can cover in a week in the Clubhouse and teach on than we can in these short live streams on YouTube. So this weekend we talked about when it comes to your question here, right? I held on to it because my position was too small. So believe it or not, a lot of people get into trades and they ultimately shoot for the outcome that they want versus the outcome that the market's willing to give them, right? So that means, and this is why sizing is so important, because you could be over leveraged, which we all know that hurts, right? But under leveraged hurts just as more sometimes, because again, you're going to have the market telling you, hey, there's a 1 hour high here, get out, but you're only up $24 or $200 and you want 1,000 right out of this trade, but the market may not just be willing to give that. So a lot of times people get into trades and they hold for the outcome that they want. Meanwhile, the market doesn't care what they want, right? The market only cares what the market's going to do. So regardless, like even in London sesh, I didn't really want to close partials there, but that's where the market was screaming, saying, Nick, this is probably the best place to close partials at this point in the session, right? So I just did it there. So I wouldn't trade based off of your own goals. And this goes back to what I just said to somebody else about being here a month, right? If you could start putting in more time, put more learning, more dedication to your trading, you'll learn how to size into those trades, and just taking the trade for the trade is going to push you in the right direction. So what I mean by that is, don't take the trade to make the money, right? Take the trade to take a good trade. And this is again where it comes down to, are you in the learning phase or are you in the earning phase? And that's why I told, I forgot who it was, but just start trading on a very, very low lot size. That way you can get rid of the money and start to focus on the position, right? And if you keep taking good positions, it'll lead to long-term profitability. So, if you're under risking, you might want to hold the trade for longer than the trade's supposed to be held for. If you're over risking, then you might close it before you should, and then you're like, man, I should have held it, and then that could lead to some sort of like revenge trading and stuff. So yeah, I hope that helps. Today's the giveaway. We'll do the giveaway like tomorrow. I'll give everyone an opportunity to kind of comment and like and all that stuff. So just comment on this this video right here, whatever. Yeah, right. I don't know what happened there, but damn, they got like a whole movie set up here. Yeah, just comment on this post here, and we'll do the giveaway tomorrow. If you're not following me on Instagram, you guys can... Wait, what happened here? How did that happen? There we go. Yeah, if you guys aren't following me on Insta, you can follow me right here. We're going to give away 10 50K combines on some lucky winners who like and comment this new post here. Check it out. It's the Elite Dinner. It was a great time too. Check out the video. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, okay. Louis G, I like this little purple thing going on, man. What is that? What is that? What is that? Yeah, what's the purple thing? Looks good. It looks like Secure the Swag green, doesn't it? Secure the Swag emblem. He's the host, bro. Hey. NQ? Yeah, let's take a look here. Yeah, the cells are... I love the cells on NQ, but you need a closure. So the only play I'm looking for today is cells on NQ, and gonna need some candle to close below here. Wow, bleeder. YouTube badges, eh? How come everyone doesn't have them? $30 celeries. Let's see. On gold? No. So this is no longer a celery now. So now we're starting to reject. 1 hour trying to reject the highs here. Hey Nick, I'm on my 4th losing trade. Should I just start checking up on my setups or still go half into it? Yeah, I mean, I would look at the 4 losses and say, hey, do they look any different than the last 4 winners? And if they don't, I don't think you have much of an issue. I think you just gotta keep on keeping on, keep taking the trades and let probability play out. But if there are trades that like don't look anything like your winners and they're just random trades, then you probably gotta, you know, work on staying consistent with the plan there. So yeah. All right, we're out of here, gang. Love y'all. Hope you guys have a great day. This was an awesome session here today. I hope you guys got a lot out of it and made some money. And if you didn't, come back tomorrow and we'll have some fun and do it all over again. Cool? Clubhouse, I'll see you guys in the Asian session tonight. Be there or be square. No, I'm just kidding. We'll see you guys there. Everyone else, I'll see y'all back on YouTube tomorrow morning, a little bit before NY Open. All right? See you guys then. Happy CPI day. We did good. We made some money. Let's get out of here and enjoy the day now. All right? God is good all the time. I love y'all. Hope you guys have a blessed day. Blessings to you and your family. I'm gone. Love y'all.
If there's one thing I know.
Peace.
Hey, yeah. God is good.
See ya.
All the time. If he ain't, then you lying in the rain, in the shine. God is good all the time. God is good all the time. If he ain't, then you lying in the rain, in the shine. God is good all the time. Okay, some days be the best. Some days be the worst. Some days stay on replay. Other days they don't. Oh well, okay. Guess what? You woke up today. Put a big smile on your face. 'Cause one thing ain't never gonna change. God is good all the time. If he ain't, then you lying in the rain, in the shine. God is good all the time. God is good all the time. If he ain't, then you lying in the rain, in the shine. God is good all the time. It ain't one thing he can't do. Took my old ways, got me feeling brand new. Oh, hey, okay, look, make sure that it's understood. Okay, for the summertime, how you been too good? Popped out that grave like I popped up that hood. Popped out that chain when I popped out that book. Say that one name, watch a demon get shook. Hopped out that pot and we let him cook. Lucy need a chill 'cause he don't run this, my dog. You can see we living in abundance, my dog. Lies from the snake, had to punch it, my dog. Had to punch it, my dog. God is good, God is great. Thank you for this play. Amen. Pray the Lord, take my soul to the heaven gate. Take it, I would do the race like I caught a case. When I ain't got nothing left, you a call away. God is good all the time. If he ain't, then you lying in the rain, was down, but now I'm up. Yeah, this all God, this ain't no luck. Yeah, I used to be stuck in that mud. Whoa. Yeah, I was down, but now I'm up, 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 up. I was down, but now I'm up. Yeah, this all God, this ain't no luck. Yeah, I used to be stuck in that mud. Yeah, yeah, I was down, but now I'm up, 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 up. I was down, but now I'm up like my name Lazarus. No Satan gon' be mad at this. I had to ask my dad if it's okay to swing my bat at this. He said, boy, if I picture this out of the park, moving so quick it's like they stuck in park. They see the numbers, but I see the heart. 10,000 hours you spit in the dark, putting in good work, even though you didn't even know that it would work. Talking about a man who grew up in woodwork, do it for the love of it, that's the way it should work. Yeah, yeah. I know some people gon' look at me crazy, and I'm like, for what? Man, I was stuck, I was down, but now I'm up. Yeah, this all God, this ain't no love. Yeah, I used to be stuck in that mud. Yeah, yeah, I was down, but now I'm up, 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 up. I was down, but now I'm
down, now I'm up like a seesaw. When I'm on a beat like an old man's lawn, better keep off. From the ground to the treetops, got clouds on my feet like Jack in the Beanstalk. Jumped off quick, went straight in a free fall. Cowboy hat and a mic singing yeehaw. Landed on my feet like a feline, put him back in the seat like a recline. Ay, what you mean I'm not worthy? Did it with a purpose, didn't need a permit. Digging from the bottom and I brought it to the surface. Mind your business now, who I worship. Who the little guy making big, big, big moves. Tick tock, turn it to a tick, 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 boom. Yeah, I talk a lot of stuff, probably thought it was a bluff, till I went and turned it where
I was down, but now I'm
up. Let's go.
Yeah, this all God, this ain't no love. Yeah, I used to be stuck in that mud. Yeah, yeah, I was down, but now I'm up, 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 up. I was down, but now I'm up. Check, check, check. Hey. Whoa, whoa, yeah, yeah. I'm so happy I'm alive today. I'm so happy I can see the light today. It don't matter if it's rain or shine today, cause I know the God is on my side today. Hey, I'm so happy I woke up today. Put a little coffee in my cup today. To anyone who feels a little stuck today, don't forget that God made us enough today. Hey, 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 wake up in the morning, brush my teeth, then I'm gone. Go outside and put my bare feet on the lawn. I used to be sour, now I'm sweet, Cinnabon. Way you judging me, you judge yourself, ooh, that's wrong. Oh, what a blessing, I get to sing your praise, Lord. This type of love no money could ever pay for. That's why I dance when I think about what you paid for. Need I say more? Hey, I'm so happy I'm alive today. I'm so happy I can see the light today. It don't matter if it's rain or shine today, cause I know the God is on my side today. Hey, I'm so happy I woke up today. Put a little coffee in my cup today. To anyone who feels a little stuck today, don't forget that God made us enough today. Enough today. And if God made you enough, don't settle for lesser. If you're feeling stuck, don't forget you are His best work. Better than the trees and the birds in the sky. He said that He loves you and He can never lie. Oh, what a blessing, I get to sing your praise, Lord. This type of love no money could ever pay for. That's why I dance when I think about what you paid for. Need I say more? Hey, I'm so happy I'm alive